53 bottles of beer on the wall. 53 bottles of beer. Happy birthday to me, Station. Pop, pop, boom, everybody. Welcome to PCP Movie Night here on Pop Culture Philosophers. I am your host, Rockin Robbie, and tonight we're talking about a 1981 underrated, undervalued, underappreciated, underwatched slasher film called Happy Birthday to Me. I'm obsessed with great VHS box art in horror films, especially in the 80s. I'm obsessed with holiday-themed or special day-themed slasher films like Halloween, Friday the 13th, April Fool's Day, My Bloody Valentine, and I would put on that list Happy Birthday to Me. My birthday is actually tomorrow, but somewhere in the world right now, like over the Atlantic Ocean, like right now where Rom V is, it's my birthday. So the happy Ron V. Robbie Day is what we'll call this right now. So we're going to be talking about Happy Birthday to Me. Thought it was very appropriate. This movie came out May 15th, 1981, 5 days after I was born. So to celebrate that tonight, we have one of our panelists from Dylan's Horror Show. I like to call us the DHS crew. It's Vern Diggity. What's up, my man?
Oh, what up? Happy early birthday, my man. Stoked to be here. Hell yeah, man.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And you know, I can't be here on my birthday celebration without my best homies who were there for, as Vern called it, I'm going to steal this, Bueller-okie on Saturday night. It's Jelani.
Station. Happy birthday, brother.
Thank you, my man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I never heard of this movie, so I'm glad I watched it. It was one of those
movie I've been obsessed with pretty much most of my entire conscious life, and a first time viewing for all of y'all, including you can't have a bodacious Rockin Robbie birthday party here online without having bodacious Brooks himself. What's up, my man? Who for the first time ever, in honor of Bueller being here, actually threw up the station in a photo for us. It was really great. He was like, it was the most unenthusiastic station ever. But
it was done.
Twice.
A little stiff on the station.
Yeah, a little bit. A little stiff. We're all a little stiff tonight. It was a fun weekend. But by the way, Bueller said we exhausted him.
We didn't do that. Yeah.
GT Comic, thank you so much for being here. Happy birthday to me. Wow, I thought I was the only lamentable loser that sang that song to himself. They made a movie about my life. Yes, R.I.P. George Perez for sure. Rest in Station, we like to say here. R.I.S. Just came up with that. I like that. Rest in Station. Shane is unfamiliar with this movie. I think a lot of people are. Two Gun Pedro in the house. Once again, it's on. Pop, pop, boom. You know, thank you, James. Appreciate everybody being here. Are we going to get a review tomorrow with the birthday celebration? What? A review tomorrow? Oh, yeah, you're going to get a review. Bro, you know I ain't going to miss it. Such a classic movie. Let's get into it. So this movie is a Canadian-produced film, if you couldn't tell. Made on a budget of $3.5 million. It made $10.6 million. Seems a bit pricey. But directed by J. Lee Thompson, who was the director of the original Cape Fear film, as well as Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, written by a bunch of people, including Timothy Bond, Peter Jobin, John Saxton, and starring some people that we don't know except for Glenn Ford. We all know who Glenn Ford is. I love this movie. So we talk about this a lot. The VHS box art on these horror films back in the day. And this one is, and Brooks has my Blu-ray, but it replicates it, but it's the dude getting shish kebabbed, right? And that image was so crazy. Plus the tagline on it said 6 of the most bizarre kills ever. They don't quite live up to that tagline, but it is to me a very interesting film. Now, obviously I was obsessed with it from an early age, right? Because I watched this a lot. And then I went a long time without seeing it. It's not that easy necessarily to find on Blu-ray, but the Blu-ray is cheap. But I did get a hold of a copy, so it was great to revisit this one. I hadn't watched this in probably like 20, 25 years, y'all. And I still liked it. It's got some issues. It's not a flawless film. I really do like it, though. It's got some pacing issues like a motherfucker. It's got some weird stretches. It really does. And it's got too many twists at the end, and we'll get into all of that. But I like the film. Overall, I like it. I like most of the kills. They did film it with special effects, but they had to trim it down for the R rating. and they've never been able, I guess, to find that footage. But I would like to see, like, kind of like My Bloody Valentine. Like when we first saw that, it wasn't like gory or nothing. Now we got that cut, so I would like to see that cut of this film. But overall, I enjoy it. But it is my birthday, so I wanted to do this one. We are starting Crew's Choice, by the way, tonight, and we're kicking it off with this one. So, Verno, your first time watching, overall, what'd you think about Happy Birthday to Me?
It's not only the first time watching, I never heard of it. I never seen the movie art or anything, but I oddly liked it. I thought it was really good. I watched it twice.
Why you say oddly, bro?
I don't know. Because it's like, I don't know. It's got a lot of issues, but I liked it more. I like the movie more than I think the movie is a good movie, I should say. I was like, I got really into it, especially I watched it the second time. After the first time, I was like, what the hell just happened? Like I couldn't have told you the next day what the movie was about almost at all. To me, that was like the biggest like issue with it. Is like there's a lack of clarity. There's too many characters that aren't memorable enough to like follow what the hell is going on. But the suspense is really, really good. I think the camera work is really good. The music is tight. Some really good kills and good set piece. Like the ending, even though you said it's a little too twisty, for sure. Didn't know who that was at the end the first time. I'm like, is this a new chick?
Because she looks completely different.
Yeah. But that scene looked great. Like all the bodies are on the table. And there's a lot of that throughout the film that I thought was
That's
really
the
good.
memorable impression to me when I was a kid about why I loved this movie was how macabre that was to like a 6-7-year-old Robbie. You know what I'm saying? Like that scene at the very end when they're all just like, oh, you're right, man. That's great. The characters are one of my favorite things about this, though. Like, I get what you're saying. There's too many. I would say it's not that there's too many characters. There's too many subplots with these characters, right? Like working to things that don't matter. Like too much like inner relationship drama going on that doesn't amount to anything in the script, right? Like everybody, I don't know. It's like Friends. Everybody eventually is going to sleep with each other.
Right.
You know what I'm
saying? That was
bizarre.
I don't know what's going on. I still don't know. Hopefully you guys can shed some light. Like, are they all just share each other sexually? That was weird. There's too many scarves that are the same. But, and it's one of those where it's like, yeah, we could have used more diversity, not even for diversity's sake, but just to be able to tell who the hell these people are. Like, it helps to have a more diverse cast just for that when there's that many characters. But I dug it. Like, I will definitely watch it again. I thought it was pretty damn solid.
Nice. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Jelani, your first time. Have you ever heard about this one too?
I have never heard of this. In fact, when you mentioned it, when we were at Billups, I was like, oh yeah, that movie. I thought you were talking about Happy Death Day at first, and it took me a minute. And I was like, he said Happy Birthday to Me. And I was like, what is this?
What if you came in here and you were like, sorry guys, I watched the wrong movie.
I watched the wrong movie, guys. I missed out.
There was no time loop in this movie, dude.
Yeah, it was so weird. But yeah, it's all over the place, man. I got issues, man. I got umbrages, man. When I've only watched it once. But man, yeah, there's too many relationships going on. Too much weird, bizarre things happening. The twists are nonsensical. That twist at the end makes no damn sense whatsoever. It doesn't match anything that happened previously, and it felt like that movie was thrown together.
You're right. Here's what happened. So the original ending is that what's her name is the killer.
Anne.
Yeah.
Is that
Virginia.
Anne?
Virginia's the main character. Virginia. Anne's her friend.
Yeah. The original ending, they filmed it. Virginia's the killer. They watch it and they go, we need something else. We need another twist. So they just completely created that and filmed it and tacked it on to the end.
Oh, that's some bullshit. I thought,
I think it would be better if it was just Virginia. If it was just Jenny.
First of all, why pull you look like her. You look dead on like her. She's making out with that dude before she skewers him. How in the hell is makeup and masterwork that sophisticated?
Because you don't realize that it's not mentioned, but it's a tie-in to Mission Impossible, the franchise, because her father created that whole
future shit in this movie. It feels like a sci-fi plot almost. It's like regenerative medicine.
Yeah,
regenerates you from
death. We can drill into her head.
And that's just
Mission Impossible masks.
That's not even the most amazing thing. Like in the movie, like the whole regeneration of the brain, just a
the
plot
hell?
point. Like it's not
Yeah.
even like
Not
And
even
it
a
doesn't
big
tie
deal.
into the
No.
reason why people are getting killed. In
No.
the end.
And
not at all.
the first girl that gets killed, I thought that was her when she pulled her face off, pulled the mask. I was like, is that the girl
Right.
the first time? Or is that the girl that had her head missing?
Yeah, you
and
think
it was
that's
Albert. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It's so much work for me to like think about what the fuck's happening. First of all, the movie's too damn long for what it is. I'm sorry.
It is too long.
It's
Cut
too
20
damn
minutes out of
long,
it and it's
but
good.
Fine. And like you keep the soccer game and the dirt bike game, and we know Etienne. And
I was
Etienne.
watching.
Etienne
I think it was
the
either
best
Bloodbath and Beyond or Brandon's Cult Films or whatever. But somebody was like, "How come I keep getting the end of Act 3 of sports movies randomly inserted into this film?"
That's so true.
Fucking
Because everyone's like, "Yeah, we won." I'm like, "What the hell?" And it had like this vague. This movie had this vague feel of lameness, but I was like, "This is from Canada. I know it's Canadian." And then you mentioned it wasn't from Canada. I was like, that's it. That's it. It was a vague. It's like it's kind of lame what they're doing, and it's disco, the dancing, and all this. So I was like, this is kind of lame. Something's different here. This is an American film, but it's got Glenn Ford in it and like Melissa Sue Anderson from like Little House on the Prairie. I forgot that was her because I was like,
That's right.
Midway through the movie, I was like, oh my god, it's her. And she was just grown up now, and it was okay. I mean, I think it's okay. I once I got to the end and past the twist and the table and all the people at the table, I was like, okay, I get it. It's cool. But you took too damn long to get to this.
I do agree with you that it's a bit too long.
Yeah.
It could get, we'll get into that with structure, but it has some things that could be shaved out because it just runs so long in certain aspects that don't ultimately amount to anything.
The old tower.
But if you took out the whole birthday gimmick in this film, this movie should be called Red Herring. Because all it does is just
everybody's a killer.
But now I haven't seen this for the first time in forever. So like, were y'all like, what the fuck is going? Like that's kind of what I think they're going for is what's going on.
Albert,
right?
I was like, I'm pretty.
Did you like it better than April Fool's Day, Jelani?
Hell yeah!
Okay,
Fool's
at least
Day
there's
bullshit.
that.
Fool's Day hot bullshit. Do not watch.
All right, Brooks, this was your first time watching it as well. Had you ever heard of it?
No, never heard of this one either.
All right, what'd you think?
I thought it was all right. It was a decent slasher movie. It had some, it had its good and it had its bad. I accidentally actually picked the right killer in this movie too. It's like every time I'd see her best friend there, I'd be like, I bet she's the killer. Like I wasn't expecting it to actually happen, but like when it starts showing her doing the kills, like I guess I was wrong. But then she like tears the face mask off, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Very sophisticated face mask, man. I can even do your voice.
Right.
What are you fucking old? Are you Ultron? What the fuck is going on here?
Even the voice.
Like I said, there's definitely a lot of weird stretches in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Been another good title.
Yeah.
Weird stretch.
Weird stretch.
Yeah. That'd be Happy Birthday to Me Part 2, produced by the Excitable PCP crew. Weird stretch. That'd be real fun. I really like the cast of characters, and since it's my birthday, I'm going to go first. And when I was a kid, the character that I loved the most was Rudy. And I'm trying to see who played Rudy here. Rudy was played by David Eisner, who was also in King of Kensington. I don't, because he's the jokey guy.
Yeah, he was kissing girls all over the place.
And he does the Lon Chaney bit, like
that guy.
Yeah, that guy. Okay. The soccer guy. The soccer guy. It just randomly out of fucking nowhere, he's having drama with his lady. She's sleeping with his friend. They're like homies. I like both of those dudes. I can't remember the other guy's name.
Yeah, I liked him, the skewer guy.
Yeah, the guy that got skewered. But Rudy's, to me, it was funny because I like that prankster. That was like always the characters that I was like really like engaged and compelled by when I was a kid, and even now, like I like those kind of characters. So I liked him. I liked his performance. He doesn't get got.
No,
He survives.
in fact,
Even
he
though
will steal
in my
again.
head, I always think he's the one that gets skewered because the dude that's on the fucking poster is not in the movie,
Mm-mm.
but it looks more like him than the guy that actually does get skewered, which to me is the most memorable kill outside of the weightlifting one.
Right.
But I'm going to go with Rudy. What's a character that stood out to you, Verna?
I guess I'll go with Anne, even though it's like she's not particularly memorable and she looks too much like the main character. Anne's the one that is the killer in the end. Spoiler alert for those out there. But she cracks me up the whole time that they're almost making it really obvious that it's her, which they're doing with everybody. But I like that a couple of her lines. They're like, "Yeah, I can't believe what's his face is missing." She's like, "Yeah, I know. You guys want to catch a movie though?" And they're like, "Yeah, let's go catch a movie." And then they're at the game and like, Steve wouldn't just leave like that. She's like, "I know. We sure could use him for this game though." Like it's pretty hysterical when you're paying attention to it, especially when you know that it is her. But none of the characters, you are right. Like I do kind of like all of the characters. I guess that's kind of the thing. There's none of them that I'm like, oh, I can't stay on this guy. They're all okay, but none of them blow me away.
It's kind of written like one of the like a Porky's or something. Like
Yeah.
we got to look at the Canadian influence here. So Porky's, Black Christmas, totally Bob Clark has influenced this film, right? You can see it in stylistic choices, and you can see it in the way that they build up these characters, like these teen comedies, these titty comedies, however you want to word it. They really soar when they have good, relatable, funny characters, and I think that that's what we get here. Because these characters, let's be honest, they are stuck up, privileged ass, rich fucking elitist fucking kids at this academy that's just under Harvard. It's like where the people that can't get to Harvard go, right? And they're like what?
Made me think that these guys are like the kids, the socias from the Outsiders. Like if they made a movie from the point of view of the villains from the Outsiders.
Exactly, right? But I kind of get into it because they do the same things we do. They chill at the bar.
Yeah.
They get annoyed. They play, like the rat bit was weird in the beer, but like I like those. That scene brings me into the story because I'm more invested in the characters. At the same time, though, they really should have just let the strength of those characters be in all of that and not in the weird sexo drama that was going on between them, right?
Right.
But I think that
Drama.
Anne I think she did a great job.
That word.
I can't get over how much fun those guys were having singing 99 bottles of beer. It's like if that's what I was doing in my 60s, something went wrong.
Let's start again.
Yeah.
Whoa, bro.
Yeah,
They did a great job of performing as if they were drunk. I think they actually probably were. Like they had that slur and everything right.
I heard Glenn Ford was pretty drunk in this movie, so
I heard the same thing. Like he was. Yeah. This is one of those things. I think it was Brandon on his channel said, "It's a Canadian horror film, so that you know what that means. We got one known actor from the North America that gets cast in this film." And yeah, he said that the same thing that apparently he was incredibly shit.
Like he was drunk the whole time, like the entire trip.
Some weird thing. And John Ford is the Ford, not John Ford. What's his fuck?
Glenn Ford.
Glenn Ford. You know, that's that's Paul Kent. You know,
Paul Kent.
Yeah, that's Paul Kent. Delaney, what's the character you want to highlight?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Skewer guy. I'm gonna go with I don't remember his name. I know he's that guy in a lot of shows and stuff, but I can't remember his name in the movie. I'll go to Wikipedia. Steve Maxwell.
Steve.
Yeah. So Matt Craven, that guy, he's always that guy in TV shows and stuff. I've seen him a lot, but I liked him. I don't know what it was. He was getting all the girls. He was getting all the girls like easily, and I'm like, what is going on, man? You stealing your boy's girl, and you just randomly kissing girls. I don't understand that. I really
compulsive gambler as well.
Gambling. Yeah, he did so much in this film that was just so weird.
Somebody I watched today said that they love that character. They can't put their finger on it, but probably because he reminds them of John Ralphio from Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec, yeah. Yeah.
Money, please.
Money, please. Yeah. But it's just so weird, dude.
See, me and Jelani like those fucking prankster douchebag characters because we were those dudes.
We were those dudes.
Kind of still are.
Could have got away with murder. But like, I liked him. He was just. I didn't think if he was the killer, I'd have been shocked. I'd have been like, nah, not that guy. That guy's getting got somewhere. He feels like he'd have been in My Bloody Valentine in the mine towards the end. He's just that guy. Like, hey, let's go down into the mine. Like, no, son, no, it's dark. But he was just such a cool character. I mean, yeah, the characters are likable, but yeah, they're stuck up prep kids. And you know that's not saying much for your character list, but even the my honorable mention is that house marm lady, the I don't know, she's like the headmistress of the school or whatever.
Her, man. Fuck her.
Man, she was absolutely a tool. And I was like, oh,
what's her name from fucking Harry Potter? Umbridge,
yeah,
or whatever.
Umbridge, Dolores Umbridge.
Yeah,
she was definitely Dolores. She was
fuck
Dolores.
that shit. And that weird ass inn, what was it? It's called the Silent Woman, and it's a headless woman on the fucking sign. Yeah. Like, and then you watch American Werewolf in London, and it's like fucking it's like the Slaughtered Lamb. You're like, damn, these pubs in like Canada and fucking England, they got some crazy ass names, man. Down here, it's just like Finnegan's,
it is
Rugby's,
Thirsty Turtle.
The Station. The Thirsty Turtle. That's my favorite name. Speaking of favorite names, Brooks, what's your favorite character in this? What's something you want to highlight?
Well, I actually kind of I like the main girl. I actually liked her more in the middle of the movie when, you thought she was actually doing the murders. Because she seems like, pretty, like, kind of sheltered kid who's, like, always been pampered and stuff. So she's not too interesting. I thought that it was kind of interesting, like if, this whole thing, it kind of brought out her, maybe like a darker aspect of herself, where she was being, more assertive, but she was like overdoing it and like killing her friends for like the slightest, perceived slight.
Yeah.
But, I think she was still a pretty strong character, even though it turned out she wasn't actually doing all the murdering.
Yeah. And the performance is actually really good because she is, when you rewatch this film, knowing everything about it, and Verno can probably, since you saw it twice, right? Mm-hmm. You see when she's literally is playing the two different characters.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm thrown off about that. If they weren't planning on doing that until the end, when they, you know what I mean?
It's just something you read into it, I guess. Then
I'm not going to lie. I was going to pick her. But then you said that, I'm like, wait a minute, is that all some bullshit? Was that just in my head then? Because it seems like she's playing two different characters.
Have you seen *Malignant* yet?
Yeah, I barely remember.
Didn't it feel like almost like it was?
I thought about that movie a lot in this one.
It felt like it was about to try to go in, and I think the movie would be more compelling if like that surgery. Well, maybe not that far, but if the whatever.
Two different personalities.
Let's get into it then. The style and the structure. First of all, I love the style. It's definitely influenced by the Bob Clark stuff, Porky's, Black Christmas, right? It's got that. In 1981, even though we are in the day of the mimicry of Friday the 13th, we are in the earliest forms of that. Remember, Friday the 13th was a capitalization on Halloween. So that's been going on. Halloween led to Friday the 13th, Mother's Day, Happy Birthday to Me, April Fool's Day, My Bloody Valentine, same year, I think, 81, right? 81. April Fool's Day came a little bit later. Some others came a little bit later. They were like, what the fucking else? What other holidays are there? Silent Night, Deadly Night, things like that, right? They just redo Christmas. But it's got that distinct Bob Clark kind of Canadian film feel, but it also has giallo influences. Like it starts off like a
giallo. It does have giallo. It does feel like
it basically is.
Yeah,
the blade, the fucking the gloves, all that shit, right?
It's but no one from America came to Canada and had a misunderstanding.
Yeah, but it's got
the elements.
It's got that Argento influence coming into it, right? And we're talking about somebody who has seen like Deep Red and Bird with Crystal Plumage and Cat of Nine Tails and. They've seen that form of Argento. So it's got that influence. I like it. I love the atmosphere. I love the music. Story-wise, a bit too much going on. A bit overstuffed. Maybe focusing too much on the fucking story. The backstory of the mom. The backstory of the fucking operation. And at the same time, shot so well. Bruh, they immediately have you in with the Fast and Furious. Like, fuck Fast and Furious. This shit was... I'm like, they're gonna jump this fucking bridge. You gotta be fucking. That dude trashes his fucking
He trashes
car.
his car and he doesn't care.
And his buddy's like,
you
he
know they
made
were
it.
rich.
He made it.
That's the best thing. I watched some
That car
video
should
on
went
it.
bam.
They're
boom.
like, they must have shot those scenes out of order, and the actors in those scenes and the director didn't know that car was going to get so fucked up because they're way too calm about it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you owe me $20. It's like, bro,
Your car is
you're going to need
done.
more than that. Yeah, it's hilarious.
John says, "Let's go. I'll go out for drinks at the TGI Headless Woman." I like that. But so it's too long. Needs to be shortened, tightened up. This movie could be tightened up. Maybe they focus too much on the story and too many twists towards the end. But overall, I think it's atmospheric. I love I would like to see the gory, more out there version and like an unrated cut, but that just doesn't exist right now. So I rather like it, but it is definitely too long, and it is so obvious where they could cut this shit down. But what do you think about style and structure, Vern? I got to let my cat out.
Let that cat out. I think that's the best part of the movie. The style is fire, in my opinion. Especially, there's like a few different scenes where the suspense is really good. When you've got Creepy McGee sneaking into her bedroom and stealing her underwear, like that's really tense. The scene and the way it's shot and the lighting throughout the whole movie is really good. The structure-wise, I was thinking about it. It's basically, it follows this pattern where you get a murder, you get a red herring after that where they're trying to make you think this is the dude that did it. Then she has a memory that comes back. And then right after each memory, she sees her therapist. Then you get a kill and wash, rinse, repeat. It just does that over and over again until it builds up to the end. But yeah, so I mean, I think, like I said, it's really well shot. Like it's really well shot. The other scene that I think is really cool and kind of like corny at the same time is when the dude's doing the weight press. The way that's shot and just how slowly he's putting the weights on. And also it's just funny, like how many movies have you seen where they're talking to the killer and they're like, oh, hey, you. And
right.
Like, he doesn't mention who it is.
So mad. I'm
way
like,
too tall to be a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think it's, those are the best. Well, I don't want to say the structure is the best aspect of it, even though it is structured well, if it wasn't so long. But the style and the structure are where the movie shines for me, especially in those, like the dream-like scenes. There's some really fancy camera work going on when she's having her memories brought back, when she's on that table. So there's a lot of really, really well done shots like that.
Did you guys pick up any kind of creepy level factor from like her interactions with her father? Like
Yeah.
I thought they were going to go there for a while, right?
And the therapist. The first time she embraces the therapist, you're like,
what's going on? She boning her dad and her therapist?
Like the Pornhub
so
fucking
weird.
emblem was about to I was like, all right, I'm the light.
Community. What community? Where can I join? Jelani, what do you think about style and structure?
Thank you so much, Glenn Ford. I'm like, what? Stop doing that. Anyway, yeah, it's all over the place for me, man. I'm sorry. It was just like 30 minutes into this, I was like, what the hell, man? Can y'all give us some points? And I do get the kills because the kills are kind of clean. I like Etienne, the way he dies. That is so haphazard. And I'm like, he dies in the bike spokes. And I thought that was pretty cool.
That goddamn scarf, man.
And a scarf. Why?
It's got to be like whatever academy they're at. That's got to be their scarf, right? Because everybody's wearing the same scarf. Yeah, everybody's wearing the same scarf and the same fucking gloves, man.
Right.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be wearing a scarf if you were working on a fucking motorcycle, though.
Okay.
Right.
Especially not if you've got the wheel going.
What would you be doing with the wheel going anyway? I'm pretty sure there's like almost nothing you would be doing that the wheel would be running.
Thing to be running.
Right.
He's just doing it to see it. I guess the wheel falls off or something. I have no clue what the crap.
They're just like,
was.
look, guys, the promise on the poster is gonna say bizarre deaths.
And this was the most bizarre. It was the most bizarre next to the skewer. Everybody else pretty much died. Whatever. But the bell tower scene's kind of weird for me because I don't think they needed it. I don't think it was necessary. Oh, blood, murder.
It's
Nothing
all a
comes of
red
it.
herring. That
It
the
comes
burying
through
the
there.
scarf thing, but that's where it drags the most is in that bit. You're right, man.
It's a little longer. It doesn't need to be there. She blacks out anyway. You know, and they kept saying all these times I chloroformed you. when I chloroformed you this time, you did this. And I chloroformed you this time, and this happened. But then it didn't happen when he like cut his hand doing the bell tower thing. Screw that noise. He's not in the movie halfway after that. So it's like it's little things like that bothered me.
Do you like how, by the way,
I like
when they find I'm sorry, Jelani, but when they find the skull buried and like the fucking police are there and shit,
and Glenn Ford walks over like he's normal,
and they're just like, "Here, take it."
I knew they were in Canada. The second I saw that, I was like, "You're in Canada," because in America they'd be like, "What the hell are you doing about this crime scene? This is a crime scene. Get away!" And like he pulls a skull out of the ground, they immediately walk over to it. Ha ha ha! What is the point of that scene anyway? Because the soccer guy walks over and pats on the ground. You're like, what the hell is this?
I feel like there was a producer going, we got to make them think it's this person.
Yeah.
But that is something that I like about the movie is that it's putting up all these. It completely lets you know that it's not one person, but still acts like we're supposed to think it is. It's so weird how it does.
But the problem is, you don't even get the good shoestring to where it is. And if you're saying that girl at the end is the killer and she's the half sister of the other girl, I would love to have at least her have an interaction with the parents or her parents and how they would have acted or whatever. I would have loved to see that.
You tell me you wanted another flashback in this movie?
No. I'm just saying you could have cut out the bell tower scene, put that shit in. I need some context to see why that girl lost her damn mind, got a Mission Impossible mask, killed all her friends, put them in the bed. How does she even know? How does she even know in that house? Hey, we gonna stick all your dead friends here. How does she even know who invited those friends to this thing? Right. I mean, it was so much work. It's so much work, and I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, and how did she end up being friends with those people if she didn't have the memory of who her mom invited? There's a lot of things that don't make sense.
And you could also tell they did like the way it was works because the people that she didn't kill them all. She only killed the ones that were supposed to be at that party. Right?
And how did she know about that party? Who was supposed to be at that party?
Bruh, yeah, I don't know. Who gives a shit, right? I think, like I said, there's too much fucking story probably put into it.
Finally, you know, at the end where like it looks like she's caught. Like the police said, what the hell did you do? And she's like, can't explain this shit away. You know, it's pretty much everybody that was involved is dead.
See, that's one of my favorite things about that ending is that she didn't do it, but she's going to suffer the consequences.
She's going to jail.
Now she's really going to lose her fucking mind.
Right.
And a sequel to this movie would be like the origin story of fucking Phoenix or some shit, right?
I guess. I don't even know anymore. It's okay. It's a movie.
All of a sudden, telepathic powers are a thing.
Yeah.
They put her in MK Ultra, man. Speaking of MK Ultra, the only successful test from MK Ultra was Brooks. He was actually born in 1945. Brooks, what'd you think about the, what are we on, Style and Structure still? Yeah, Style and Structure.
I thought it was good. It was, you know, it was paced like, you know, a typical slasher, you know, you got some character stuff and then, you know, some murder and so on. It did feel a bit long, but not like, you know, too terrible. Like, you know, I didn't like fall asleep in the middle of this one, which I do sometimes now.
Because we're getting old, man.
Yeah, I'm an old man now, man. Like I have to watch a movie before 10 o'clock or I risk like falling asleep halfway through it.
I watched it last night and I fell asleep through half of it, so I watched the other half this morning. Already happened.
Yeah, I had to do that for a movie. Like I had to split it in half. Sad. But, you know, overall, I thought the movie was pretty good. I mean, it looks really nice and the music is really good. So, you know, it's good.
You don't have to like be afraid to say something because it's my birthday choice, Brooks. Like I just picked it for the bit of happy birthday to me. You know what I'm saying? It would have been Ghost World, but we already did that. Yeah. Yeah, it was just for the bit. Anyway, let's talk about the music. You mentioned it. Bo Harwood did the music. I love the fucking score in this film. It's got this like haunting piano kind of riff thing going that I think is exceptional. Other times it sounds like Manfredi from Friday 13th, but it has its distinct atmosphere that's outside of that. But that haunting piano, the way that works, and then even that ridiculous, I hate the disco shit, okay? Like
Yeah.
when they do the like take off the shirt scene and all that shit, and then when they're at the dance. But they actually at one point released a version of this film with a more like electronic score, and it sucks, right? But that haunting piano, that whole thing, so disharmonious at times. It gives me vibes of Christopher Young's score from Hellraiser at times. Not the swelling of the strings, but like that lone piano. Yeah, really good stuff there. And but the title song that you hear in the credits, "Happy Birthday to Me," I fucking love that song. Song's so creepy. I like it. What do you think about the music, Berno?
I thought it was good. I actually dig the disco stuff. I'm a disco fan, I'm not gonna lie. So I dug that. And I think it was very suspenseful. It was good. It wasn't like super innovative. It sounded like other scores, but it was really well done and it was solid for sure. So yeah, I thought it was solid for the most part.
Absolutely.
Oh, and then I would say the best musical bit in the whole thing is the way it ends. I loved that, where she's just sitting there singing to herself, or I don't even know if anyone's singing it. It might be part of the score. No one's actually singing it, but it was super creepy the way it ends with just a "Happy Birthday to Me" a cappella.
Yeah, really good. What did you think about the music, Jelani?
I thought it was a little too on the nose, meaning like when it was suspenseful, it was supposed to be suspenseful, and it just had that feel to it. Not that I didn't like it. I like the music a lot. It's just, it felt like soap opera music to me, like dun dun dun. Like it had that vibe to it in parts. It did, and I was just like, all right, that's where it's supposed to go. That's where that music goes. But it's very prominent. It's not that I forgot this music. So it's there. It's decent. It does very well. I kind of like the disco part because it's just hot cheese. Just hot gooey cheese, man.
That feels like it feels like an Italian giallo film, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That scene in particular where it's like,
and they're just dancing, and I'm like, wow, yeah, this is Canada.
Yeah, that was the era.
Yeah.
I completely disagree with you about the score, though, but it's okay.
Sorry,
man. It's okay, man. I think you should
on
listen
the
to it
nose,
on
man.
its own. Listen to it. It works isolated, man. It's crazy. That's the good, whatever. Brooks, what do you think about the music? I'm like offended right now, man. I really am. Like, the one thing I don't want anybody to talk shit about is the fucking music in this
I
movie.
didn't talk shit about the movie. Did I talk shit about it? I just said it was on the nose. That's all I said. It's a little too on the nose. You need to calm down on that. But it's okay. Not you. I'm talking about the music.
Brooks, go ahead.
Yeah, the music is good. You know, it captures the atmosphere of the mood. You might call it atmospheric.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought the music was like one of the best parts of this movie. To be honest, I really did enjoy the music in this movie.
Yeah, me too.
I was gonna add in like in the dream bits when she has her memories coming back. There's a lot of diversity with the music because it does have the more classic stuff, but in those scenes, it's really like ambient, and this isn't music, but it's more like the sound treatment or whatever you'd call it. But the voices are reverby, gives you that dreamlike quality. So I really like it. I noticed it a lot in those bits.
Nice. All right, it's time for our favorite bit. What is the movie saying to you, Verno?
Well,
you're
saying a lot. There's bits about, maybe the biggest bit is like trying to please your parents with your social status. Like she wants to be popular, going to show her dad that she loved and she's popular and she's one of the cool kids. So she's trying to like live up to that. And then I really don't know what exactly it's trying to say about, like, they're preppy, they're snobs and everything, but they're really that to their advantage and putting it for people below them in the social ladder. So I don't know like why they're rich and why they're preppy. I mean, but it's about friendship. It's about wanting to be friends. And then there's another bit that I don't know if I fully understand or if they executed it well. But there's this like selfishness about like throwing yourself a birthday party. It's part of it. I don't know what that means, but it's in there. So
You
I
trying
would
to
say
say
that's
something about me, Verno?
absolutely not.
You're not
But
planning to murder us so you can set us around the table,
yeah,
are you?
right. I haven't seen your hands. You
Mhm.
wearing black gloves? You got a
Oh, what if I
scarf?
was? I should have done a bit. Wear a scarf.
If I had a scarf, I would have been wearing it. But I would say that
Gryffindor.
that's the main thing is the parents thing and like being pressure put on you to be to live up to their standards kind
Yeah.
of deal.
Oh, 100%. What about you, Jelani? What's the movie saying to you?
That mental illness is not always the cause for murder. Technically, since they changed the end of this movie,
I think the half sister is kind of mentally ill too, bro. Let's be honest.
not her, not the main character's mental illness didn't bring the killings. It didn't, and it was the left field red herring, the red herring that counted, and it was that girl. But yeah, I think mental illness didn't cause this. Like it was the main character. She didn't really. She had all these flashbacks and all this crazy stuff happen. But she was chloroformed the whole time by a crazy person.
It's a little bit about gaslighting then,
So
right?
there you go.
She gaslit herself, and maybe her dad does a little bit. Maybe her therapist, yeah.
Everybody around her is pretty much doing this to her in some form or fashion. But I mean, she apparently, after all this time, after the car accident and all that stuff happened to her, she was still able to make friends and go to an academy and be someone, and all these memories kept coming up and hurting her and making her scream and lose her mind, but they weren't giving her murderous intent. You know what I'm saying? She didn't want to go out and kill somebody after these. And that really shows, I'm just going from the main character perspective of it, that she was being gaslit pretty much. That was a good way to put it. And it's a good way to show that. But like that girl at the end, if I had known that, give me a clue was her at the beginning so I can at least think about her, because I didn't think about her.
I figured it out.
Oh,
there are clues.
I didn't get it at all.
When you watch it again, you'll see. You'll be like, oh, they're laying it on pretty thick in parts, actually.
Okay.
Like she's just like staring off at her.
Well, she looks at her when she goes
right
to
after
dance.
the bridge. Yeah, the bridge, like the crash, and she runs off into the woods. She stares at her like, "I'm gonna go kill that bitch." Like for a good 30 seconds. But there's bits.
Those are probably definitely some bits that were added in too once they decided to change that ending or add to the ending, we should say. What about you, Brooks? What's the movie speaking?
I think it's kind of about the fear of your worst self, It's like, how scary would that be? Like to just, have memories missing and like just be coming back to you and at the same time, there's you just kind of like lose consciousness for periods and come back and like this idea that, maybe you're acting outside of your own will, like maybe your dark side is taking you over sometimes.
Maybe there's something
that's like it's a scary idea. That's why I think the main character is so it's so psychologically taxing on her. Not only does she have like her real situation, which is that she's got this magic regenerative science going on to restore her memories, but at the same time like she's faced with this like idea of like what if that is causing her to maybe flip the switch at times.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nicely put by all of you. What I want to pull from this is a little bit about the sins of the father, or in this case, the sins of the mother, or in this case, the emotional hate and vitriol of the mother, right? Because the original idea of this film, before they changed that ending with Anne, is that her name? Mm-hmm. Right? You said? Okay. Mm-hmm. It was that her mother was in some kind of way possessing a form of her. Like she was kind of acting out her mother's vengeance on these kids, right? Because that you can see that that's where they change it in the film, because the people that are targeted are allegedly the kids that were at that party that her mom, and how embarrassing is that? Like, no, Mom, I'm cool. No, I'm going to fucking get drunk as shit and drive your ass to this fucking party and force our way in. And then there's this whole backstory. And so there's that. So to me, it's about all of that being visited down upon her, and how a crazy, my bad, maybe we shouldn't say this shit, but like a mentally ill mother can traumatically affect a child, or a mentally ill parent. It doesn't have to be a mother. You know what I'm saying? But like, one things I do think that stands out in this film in 1981 is that the killers are women. And that's not something that we saw a lot. Like, we praise that when we see that in other films, but this is an early example of it in the 80s slasher craze, right? But I think it is about that. It's this mother is inflicting her trauma on this fucking child. She is the direct result of the physical injuries on her, because she tries to do what those kids did and jump that fucking shit, but she sucks at it, man. She can't fucking do it, right?
Not at all.
Yeah. So I think it's a little bit about that. That's tied into this whole thing about class, privilege. That's all kind of wrapped up in there as well as everything else that y'all were thinking and saying. So that's what we think about here. All right, time to rate the film. If you are one of the few out there in the chat tonight who has seen this film, let us know. What do you rate it out of 5 you digs? And Verno, I'm very curious to know. What do you give it?
Mm-hmm. I thought about this quite a bit today. My phone died at work, so I had nothing to do but sit and think about this movie. And I started out saying, like, it's not as good. I like it more than it deserves. I'm just gonna go with how much I like it, especially threw it on while we were chilling, waiting to get on. I watched the first half hour again, and I was fucking way into it. That was my third time sitting there watching it. I'm
Nice.
giving it a 4.0, even though I feel like it's closer to a 3. I think that would be the fair, but I dug it. And like, I'm just gonna say it again. The shots are fire. Like it's lit so well. There's so many cool atmospheric, suspenseful moments in it. And that's kind of like what I dug the most about it. It's just it's a weird, I don't know. It's an odd movie, but I really liked what I saw. So
Nice.
4.0.
4 you digs from Verno. What about you, Jelani? I don't think it's gonna be 4.
Wow, high praise. Jesus. Well, dude, you took all my options away, but since it's Robbie's birthday party, I'm gonna give this. I'll give this a 2.5. It's okay.
That's what I gave Killer Clowns.
Yeah. Okay, I like Killer Clowns.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I'm sorry, bro.
Oh no.
I love you like a brother.
I liked
man.
it though.
I liked it. I liked it. I was just mad as shit through most of it because I was just like, get to the point. Get to the point, damn it. And it was too many stories all together. And the music was too on the nose for me.
It would have been a better HBO Max series, don't you think? They
Yeah,
should have
it
done
should have
that
been a
instead.
TV show. TV show, I would have got it because you would have been able to add all those subplots in and that weird love quadrangle thing or dodecahedron thing that they had going on was weird. And it was Canadian, so that answers a lot of questions. Now, my Bloody Valentine, I think I gave that 3.5. I think I gave it a 3.5. So I like that a little more than this. I don't know why. I didn't even watch the gory one. So I don't know, man. I mean, I get it. I get it. But I don't get it, man.
2.5 from Jelani. All right, Brooks. What about you? Out of 5 you digs, what do you give Happy Birthday to Me?
I'd probably give it a 3. It's a pretty good movie. Like, it's not necessarily my cup of tea, but I can appreciate. I can appreciate it. You know, as far as slashers go, it's actually pretty good. I'm not really a huge fan of most slashers, but this movie it has an interesting look to it. You know, I like the soundtrack is good. I can imagine myself revisiting this movie like down the line.
Maybe on your birthday.
Yeah, like watch it every birthday.
You should. Why not? It could be like a tradition.
Mhm.
All right, we're going to be all over the place tonight. I'm going to give it a 3.5. I do like the film. I do see its flaws very glaringly. 20 minutes cut out, too much story focused on things that don't pan out, a weird tacked on ending that I do like honestly, but I think I would have liked it better if it was just stuck with the idea of the mother fucking up this goddamn girl. You know what I'm saying? And so I do like the film. I think like Verno said, stylistically, it's just on point. I think it's actually got some great characters. It's actually got some good dialogue. It's got great music, but it does just kind of go a little bit too far in weird stretch territory with too many red herrings to be set up for me. But I do like the film. 3.5. So 4 from Vern, 2.5 from Jelani, 3 from Brooks, and a 3.5 from me for a PCP average of 3.45, 89.
Dude,
what's an 89?
I wonder if you've ever done a
Everybody's score
show.
was different this time.
I wonder if that's ever happened before, where you've had
Yeah,
nobody
different-
had the same score.
I'm sure we have, but I can't think of one out of the just off the dome. But I'm sure we have, but it doesn't happen very
It did
often.
happen often.
Thank you
It's
all.
If I would
you
have
all.
rated it after watching it once, I would have given it like a 2. I had no idea what the movie
Maybe that
was.
is. Maybe that's it. I like the last scene. I like
think-
the very end.
The movie's probably better too
Right.
if you don't have anything to do that day. If you're just chilling and you're not like, God, what the fuck is this thing to get over? It's better, because it does
Yeah.
drag on, but I don't think it's bad when it drags on. It's just like stuff you don't need.
Look at drag, son.
At
That
least
whole,
they do pay off the kebab kill, which
Yeah.
to me is like the highlight of the damn film. I love that. That and the weightlifting. Like those are the two best kills. And that dude doing the weightlifting, he's so weird, that delivery in that bit where he's like,
Ugh.
he's just
By
talking.
the way, you're holding it. Can't you just
I was like, just throw it.
back?
Right.
Yeah,
just
but-
do one of those. Yeah.
Just let go. And I'm like, you don't know how to do that? With your arms are so stiff because it's so heavy?
He's
Move
just
your
like,
arms!
What's the name says we're falling apart. Like now, even if I know y'all, like if one of y'all came in while I was doing that shit and I kept talking and you weren't talking, I'd think something is up.
Right.
Do you know
I
what I'm
stopped
saying?
doing it anyway because I don't need you watching me work out. It's just so much work for you to do all that. Could you put another 10 on your funny? Like, shut up, man. Get up.
That was kind of easy. You put
Yeah.
another 25.
Yeah.
That was weird. And then she drops it on his dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Surprise.
That's great. And you actually get some good blood splurt, but they cut so fast. But I would love to see an uncut version of this, man.
Well, that's the
That would
one
be
in
nice.
particular that I had heard that there is the extended bit of that is one of the scenes where you get more gore.
Nice. All right, we are now deep into Crew's choice. So next week is Jelani's choice. We're covering Black Dynamite.
Dynamite.
It's a movie I've never seen, and I'm very excited to check it out. So join us next week for PCP Movie Night. Black Dynamite is your homework. Speaking of homework, Dylan's Horror Show is on Saturday, and I believe, did he settle on
Oh, yeah.
Firestarter double feature?
Firestarter double feature.
It's going to be a mad dash for me to try to see the fucking new one in time. So I hope
Right.
I can fit it in. If not, I'm going to have to skip out again, but I'm going to
No,
try. I'm going to
you-
try.
You
I'm going to
fit
try.
that in.
I'm busy on Fridays, man. This movie drops on Friday. I don't have Peacock.
You don't have Peacock?
I mean, the
It's
free
like free.
bit, but the free bits are, but it's not free to watch the new movies.
Well, all I know is that
I can watch that.
I have whatever the hell you had to buy to get Halloween, and I'm paying $5. It's the cheapest of the streaming services. It's $5.
It's just
for
the principle of it, man. Come on, man.
I feel you.
Streaming
They've
services.
actually have a surprisingly good horror selection. Like there's some good horror movies on Peacock.
The problem
actually.
is, Vern, so do I.
No, yeah, you don't need it. You've got a silly collection, but yeah, it comes in handy.
So Firestarter, the original film adaptation, as well as the new one, which drops on Peacock and in theaters this Friday on Dylan's Horror Show. And then next week, Black Dynamite here on PCP Movie Night.
Can't wait.
We're dipping out. When we come back, a little bit of PCP Robbie's birthday back chat. It's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
53 bottles of beer on the wall. 53 bottles of beer. Take one down. We pass it around.
That guy's pissing me off.
I like totally hit the wrong fucking button.
Whoa. Heyo.
Welcome
So-
back to PCP Back Chat. This is the show after the show. We just got done reviewing Happy Birthday to Me. Now we're doing a little bit of back chat. My birthday is in 3 hours, our time. It is 9 here where we are. So happy birthday to me, motherfuckers. That's what I'm going to say. So we're just going to be chilling a little bit. Dylan said he may join for back chat, and I told John, I sent John the link. So, you know, just
If John shows up,
we'll see, brother. But
mhm.
Tamer Time Tolshu?
Verno has not seen Doctor Strange yet.
What a loser.
Okay.
I do not even want anybody here to describe what necessarily they liked about the movie.
Aw.
I just want to know what your digs are, Jelani.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna have to watch it again, but I will give it. Give it a 4 right now. I gotta watch it again to be sure. I mean, it's a movie that's all over the place, but at the same time, it scratches some of my itches. But the problem, I'm not going into it. I'm just saying the problem with this is there's a homework assignment that a lot of people didn't do to watch this movie. And like you should have at least given us a glimpse of the homework assignment in the movie so that we understand. So people that didn't get the homework assignment understand what happened.
Bro,
I
do you
hate to do it that
honestly
way.
think that anybody that watches this movie didn't watch WandaVision?
That's what I was always. Is that
You're
what
out
it
of
is?
your fucking mind, bro.
Nah, I bet you there's some people out here like, what
I'll
was
just.
Brooks.
I asked my buddy.
man.
My
Normies.
buddy was gonna come with me, and then I realized, like, dude, you didn't watch WandaVision. I don't know if he's even watched Endgame. It's like you're not gonna. This isn't for you. Which is part of the problem. The MCU, the longer it goes, they're gonna have that problem more and more.
I think this movie still works even if you haven't.
Good.
It's okay. But like I
That's
said,
kind of the same thing with comics too. Like people have a hard time finding a jumping on point because of all the backstory and continuity that they'd have to
For sure.
learn about.
Yeah.
I
welcome to
enjoyed
my
it.
world.
I don't get me wrong. I mean, I watched it with Mike, and I enjoyed it a lot. He can tell you. So I mean, it's an enjoyable film. Sam Raimi it's Sam Raimi.
It's a Sam Raimi
It's a Sam
movie.
Raimi movie.
That's
Like,
why I'm saying I'm giving it.
He throws all the Raimi-isms into this one.
Yeah.
I agree.
Nice.
I give it 4
Oh.
digs.
Nice.
I give
All
it
he
4
needed was
digs.
Ted Raimi. All Ted Raimi needed to do
I'll
was show
give a
up.
I'll give a more in-depth review next week when we return after a month-long hiatus to Rockin Robbie Live on Sunday night. So do a full-on spoiler review, but 4 digs for me. What about you, Brooks?
I give it 4 too. I thought it was really good. I mean, I'd like to see it again, but I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I want to watch it in 3D.
How long is it? Is it 2+ hours?
It's
2 hours and 6
Yeah.
minutes,
6
man.
minutes.
Okay.
Not
It's
long.
actually really short.
That's not too
Yeah.
bad.
It's not bad.
Considering.
It's really
Isn't
good.
the Eternals longer than that?
Yes. God, yes.
Significantly.
Jesus.
There were scenes in Eternals that were longer than that.
True. I mean, and the CGI is a little wonky. The music's on point. It's Danny Elfman. Good God. All the Sam Raimi tropes that you'd enjoy are in this film.
The priest
Doc-
cameo was nice.
Yeah.
There are times where it gave me Army of Darkness vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It could do that.
But we're done talking about it. I don't want to spoil anything.
It's good.
Vern is an intelligent movie viewer. So
thank you.
even just saying certain things can spoil things for some.
Everybody dies.
What?
Everybody dies, Verno.
This is gonna be awesome.
Everybody dies.
I need to knock it out. I
So
need to
mommy
go.
shows up and there's nobody with the time stone to stop him.
That's right. I came to what? No,
The
you didn't.
craziest bit to me was actually when Ezra Miller shows up as the Flash. And I was like, have they not learned their lesson yet?
God. He's not in Hawaii throwing stuff at people, beating people up.
They're working up to an amalgam movie. We'll get the
Dude, Dark Claw
next.
shows up. Yeah, Dark Claw shows up and it's
God.
fucking Harry Potter plays him. Right.
Jeez.
Brooks, how was karaoke with Bueller?
That was fun. It was a good time. It was had by all, at least from my perspective.
What did Bueller sing?
He sang Like a Rolling Stone by Bob Dylan.
He would.
Like a
It did.
Rolling Stone.
It's the whole song's on
Yep.
Instagram now.
Right
How's
before I
it
got on, I
feel?
saw that there was something posted, but I didn't see. Did he lay into it and do the Dylan when he did it?
He did the Bueller, man.
He did a Bueller.
He did the Bueller, and he commented on it. He goes, "Really? The whole fucking song?" And I was like, "Yeah, I put the whole song." Speaking of the whole song, it's Hammer Time Whole Shoe. What's up, my man?
What's up, guys? Oh my! I need a haircut. Don't pay attention to my.
I think your hair looks baller, bro.
Oh, it's got a little crazy, man.
No, I
And
like
Like one of those punk kids.
plus,
You're
I
a
wasn't
little
planning
crazy.
to go out today, so I don't care what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? I was doing homework, and
Even now, you're not out, man.
I was about to watch a Mel Brooks film actually to prepare for the podcast.
Which one?
Tonight, I'm watching History of the World Part 1, I think it's called.
Nice.
I gotta find that.
So I haven't seen it in a long time. I figured it was worth revisiting. So I can remember the title. It's History of the World. I thought it was called History of the World Part 1, even though it's not a Part 2.
It's
Is that what it's
joke.
called?
Yeah, it's the bit. It's History
Yeah,
of the
I
World
know. I
Part
get
1.
the bit. But yeah.
I've really
watch that
enjoyed revisiting the Mel Brooks podcast. So it's been delayed several weeks, but we're finally doing the Mel Brooks podcast this Friday. We had the expo, we had Bueller, we had Free Comic Book Day. It got busy, right? But I just watched Life Stinks last night, which is one I've never seen. It's from 1991. Mel Brooks is like the super rich guy who wants to buy this like dilapidated area of the town that's filled with homeless so he can like raise it and like build like condominiums on it and shit like that. And he's in a competition with Jeffrey Tambor as a character who wants to do the same thing. So they make a bet. So Mel Brooks has to go live as a homeless person in this area for 30 days. So it gets very Hallmarky and after school special at times. But I still liked it. I had never seen that one.
Is it one he's in? Is it one he directed?
He was a co-writer. He was the director, a producer. So yeah. And I'm telling everybody before we do the show on Friday, even though he didn't direct it, I swear he ghost directed this film. You got to watch To Be or Not to Be. That is a Mel Brooks film through and through. You got to.
Okay.
It's great.
Yeah, there's probably
Like I have a Mel Brooks set, and I still haven't seen. Like there's movies I haven't seen. I haven't seen Silent Movie, 12 Chairs, and the one you just mentioned.
To Be or Not to Be.
To Be or Not to Be. Yeah.
They're great films, man. Great films.
Yeah, I need to watch them. Like I watched like Blazing Saddles and Robin Hood Men in Tights, and I never watched any of the rest of them. Oddly enough,
I didn't know he did.
And Young Frankenstein. I watched that too.
Well, I love that.
There's also Mel Brooks.
Producers. Oh my, he's just such a. The whole podcast. It's gonna be me, Drew, Jelani, and John about the work of Mel Brooks, and I'm excited to do this. So.
The Unwrapped special is kind of kooky. It's like
I started trying to watch
his
it.
BBC interviews
Throughout the ages.
documentaries throughout the ages, like
Yeah.
all spliced in different timelines, and you get to see Carl Reiner, and he has some funny jokes and stuff in it too. I mean, it just tells the history of Mel Brooks, and he's crazy in all of them. Every one of them, he's kooky as crap, and he's 95 now. That man's 95 years old, and he's worth like $100 million. I was like, holy crap!
And what's crazy?
His life is so impressive.
That Blu-ray collection that we have, John, you have that same thing too, right? The Blu-ray collection.
Yeah. Have you seen how much it's going for now?
It's going for crazy amounts of money because most of those films, all those films on that set, are 20th Century Fox. Well, who owns those properties now?
Jelani.
Do you think Disney's going to put fucking
Jelani
any of those?
acquired those.
Do you think Disney would put any of those films on Disney Plus? Fuck no.
No.
So this might be the last time you ever see Mel Brooks films in physical media, man. I'm not even kidding, man. Because every one of them would get him canceled today.
Yep.
At least by a small percentage of the population.
So he's I'm excited, man. I'm excited for the podcast, and some I'm revisiting, some I haven't seen. I think I'm gonna watch 3 more films before the podcast on Friday, and then I should be pretty good.
I got Robin Hood Men in Tights and Dracula Dead and Loving It, and then I've revisited them all. So
are you guys getting together in person for those?
We've been doing them like this actually on Patreon. The live videos are on Patreon, and then ideally I'm supposed to take the audio and cut it together for podcasts. I've done that for the James Bond cast, but not for the
I wasn't going to call you out.
not for the comic book villains one yet. But if you are on patreon.com/PCP, you can watch the full video version of the comic book villains podcast with me, Hammer Time Holshoe, and Joe Corallo and Dashing Drew. It was a great show. I need to, and it's not. It's been busy. I'm going to do it.
You got a lot on your plate with beginning your day job, and you're always doing videos. I'm like, where's the damn podcast? I'm like, oh, Robbie's got 3 videos lined up today.
And it's Robbie week. I took a little bit of a break on certain things, but I was hanging out with Bueller, and thank you for the super chat, Chill Out Man. We really do appreciate that. It's super sticker. I can't see the sticker though.
I think the problem is I've seen you try to have a life outside of your work, your 2 jobs, because really PCP is another job. So outside of those 2, I see you trying. You got a girlfriend. I see you trying to do things. You got to just give that social life up.
There you go.
Yeah, but sometimes, like when Bueller's in town, you got to go to karaoke. Sorry you missed out, buddy, man. I was trying to get you to go, man. You would have had fun.
I didn't feel so well. I stayed up too late Friday night with Goldsmith. I completely forgot Saturday was that, and Goldsmith bugged me to come out there, so got to hang out with Goldsmith a bit, see the baby.
It's all right, man.
And that was like the night before he got engaged. Or
he's engaged.
I didn't even
now.
know that.
Engaged.
He didn't tell me anything.
That's awesome, dude.
Goldsmith.
Yeah, good job, dude.
Weirdly enough, I referred to her accidentally as his wife, and I tried to correct myself, but I didn't want to make it weird. And I didn't know he was proposing to her like the next day.
Right?
It's gorgeous.
But
good times.
So thank you, Chill Out Man. I really do appreciate that. Thank you for the birthday wishes, everybody. I see all that. Chill Out Man says favorite Mel Brooks movie was Life Stinks. I liked it. It's on Tubi. I watched it on Tubi for free. And sometimes Tubi will give you a lot of commercials. They didn't give me a lot of commercials with this one. So I would recommend anybody check it out.
Maybe I'll watch that tomorrow. And then
definitely watch the ones you haven't seen, but you got to revisit them.
I'm revisiting stuff. I'm rewatching some I haven't seen. So I think I'll be okay by Friday night. I think I'm happy we posted it back, push it back a little bit because I don't want to go in there and half-ass. I don't want to just bring in my iPad and be like, I'll just read notes. I haven't seen these movies. I won't, not mentioning names. Justin
like when we did the Bond cast, and I was the only one who had watched more than 10 Bond films that month. I watched
a lot of Bond films.
Like almost all of them, man.
I've seen them all. I watched a ton. Well, you and I have the box set. Well, you didn't at the time.
I did like halfway through my revisit though.
Okay.
Well, when I got to Timothy Dalton, I think it was Living Daylights was the first one I watched on that set.
I can probably recite those 2 because I watched the Timothy Dalton one so many times.
Yeah, sometimes you've seen these movies so much. It had been so long since I've seen some of these Mel Brooks films. I definitely wanted to watch them. And I had never seen To Be or Not to Be, 12 Chairs, or what's the other one? Life Stinks.
Life Stinks,
So it was nice to see those. I was really impressed with To Be or Not to Be.
I'm interested to see what people's top 5 is going to be. I think everybody's top 5 is going to have Young Frankenstein. That's what I think.
Yeah, probably.
You have to.
I bet everybody's top 5 has Blazing Saddles.
I bet. You're probably right.
It's where we get. Now, here's the thing. Spaceballs, I'm going to have a controversial opinion about Spaceballs on the podcast, so I'll save it for that. But I will say this, Brooks. You need to watch Silent Movie because I think that's one of Mel Brooks' best films.
You really do, dude.
Have you seen that one?
The other one that I didn't.
Have you seen that one, John?
I think I have.
Marty Feldman, Dom DeLuise.
Oh yeah.
They go to he's going to make a silent movie.
Yes, I forgot. Yeah.
Now there's all these stars that come in and he wants in the movie.
I bet Vern's never seen that one. So if you've never seen Silent Movie, you have to. Mel Brooks. It's kind of based on a true story. His character goes, and he wants to make a silent movie. The guy's like, no fucking way. Nobody will watch a silent movie. So he's like, but what if we get the biggest stars in Hollywood? So the movie is him and his compatriots going to try to find stars to be in the movie. Burt Reynolds, James Caan, Liza Minnelli,
Marcel Marceau.
Marcel Marceau, the famous mime, is the only person who has a spoken line of dialogue.
Yeah, it's great.
They ask him to be in the movie. He goes, no.
What else? So Marty Feldman's also Igor, right?
Yeah, Igor.
Igor. What else is he in? Because those are only 2 movies I remember him from.
He's British, so he's been in a lot of BBC stuff. I know.
Okay. I only associate him with Mel Brooks. Also, I realized that I'm watching these Mel Brooks films and realize that do I love Mel Brooks or is just Gene Wilder maybe my favorite actor?
Well, I think you love Mel Brooks because Mel Brooks has a distinct style that so many people have copied since. Like even shit like obviously the Naked Guns was based on
Airplane.
Police Story and Airplane, all that shit. But before that was him. You know what I'm saying? And Life Stinks stands out because it's the one that doesn't really Life Stinks and To Be or Not to Be don't really have a lot of like breaking that fourth wall. You know what I'm saying? Or they're not just necessarily a parody. Like they're all like High Anxiety is his nod to Hitchcock.
Oh yeah,
you know?
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Did you watch that one the other night?
I didn't watch it the other night, but I've seen it.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's not my favorite. It's definitely a lot of Hitchcock references. I mean, I just loved Hitchcock.
My favorite bit in that is they do this like amazing shot where you see this fucking mansion and these people are in the window like dining and the camera like slowly pans in and it's a beautiful shot. But then when it gets to the window, it breaks the fucking window.
They do the same thing.
And everybody like looks and then it just like creeps back out. Through
Men
the
in Tights
window.
has the exact same.
It does.
Bit.
Sometimes he's like, well, nobody noticed the bit in that movie, so I'll do it in this one.
Yeah.
To Be or Not to Be has a lot of lines that are direct lyrics in the producer's musical, for instance, which I thought was interesting.
Carrie Elwes is still my favorite Robin Hood, hands down.
Better than Errol Flynn. Vern, do you like Mel Brooks movies, man?
It's funny. I'm sitting here as you guys are going through them. Like, okay, I've seen Blazing Saddles, Men in Tights. I love the hell out of that. But dude, I've barely seen any. Probably Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
I mean, I like that style. I
History
like
of the World.
You know, I know that's a big one. I don't know. I bet a lot of them, if I were to put them on, I'd be like, oh yeah, I've seen that.
As Bobby says,
on that one.
It's good to be the king.
Yeah,
I feel like when he was making History of the World, he's like, how many tits can I grow up in this movie?
I went through a long phase, like the 2000s up until like a couple years ago, where I didn't watch old movies. I was like, no, you know, I was just like, those suck. Something like clicked, and eventually, I got back into the 80s movies, but I was over that shit for a long time.
But yeah, Vern, we do the podcast now through StreamYard, so we get to have guests on like Joe Corallo. Manny was going to be on the Mel Brooks one, but we had some scheduling conflicts, which apparently were moot because we pushed it back anyway. But we have Jelani instead, so that's better. No offense, Manny. No, so yeah, we should definitely get you on one soon.
Oh, definitely, dude. For
Manny's
sure.
going to be on our next one, which is all about. You want to go ahead and announce it, John? What's the one after Mel Brooks? This is going to get people excited.
I don't remember, to be honest with you.
About Image Comics because it's 30th anniversary.
Yeah. Oh shit, I forgot that was the one.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, Image Comics?
Yeah, I was talking to somebody about it, and they were like, "Has John read a lot of Image Comics?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know he knows a lot from the '90s." John's whole list is gonna be like Spawn, Savage Dragon, Youngblood, Wildcats, Cyberforce, Shadowhawk.
Newman.
Newman? Oh, you remember that shit?
Oh, I fucking love Newman.
Bruh. Max? Did you like the Max?
I did like the Max.
How about Pitt? I love Pitt.
Pitt, man. Yeah, dude.
Walking Dead, 90s obviously, Image. Saga.
Yeah, I was reading a lot then. So I was reading DC and Marvel, but I was also reading a shitload of Image because Image just like came out of nowhere and visually just a mind fuck, remember? And it was just,
Out of all of those original Image guys, and I know we're going to get to this in the podcast, but that's still like a month or two away. So, like, who's the one that you like? I'm guessing Jim Lee for you because you're an X-Men guy.
I would say Jim Lee, but I really liked, and I look back at it now. This is 90s me. 90s me was a fucked up person, okay? I liked Liefeld. I like
Liefeld too, man.
Yeah, I like Youngblood.
I look back and I'm like, what was I thinking? But, Youngblood and stuff. So you and I talked about recollecting the...
You give me an hour and 6 beers for each of us, and I'll tell you why you liked Rob Liefeld, bro. So, I'll tell you.
It's not for his
pouches
and feet. Remember the pouch man he drew? It was all pouches.
The character is the pouch.
Yeah. I like that he can make fun of himself. You know what I'm saying? He has a
Yeah.
laughing himself. And who knew that of all those, that McFarlane would go on to probably have the biggest. And I'm not saying Lee and stuff didn't do well, but I'm saying McFarlane's has more of an empire than anybody that came from there, because figures and doing
you do
so much
know
more.
that Jim Lee is the publisher of DC Comics right now.
Yeah, I know, but you and I know that, but people that collect action figures and stuff know McFarlane's name.
No,
you know
what's funny to me is that Jim Lee sold Wildstorm because he told the guys, "I'm sorry, I got to get out. I'm selling Wildstorm because being the CEO, the guy in charge of this whole big operation, is too much for me. I got to step out of it."
They give him DC.
And then look what happened.
And
The
then he
fucking
stuck with
publisher in
DC.
DC.
Yep.
Yeah. But
Firing
his
all
art
the
style
editors.
was huge at the time. I mean,
Yep.
Lee was like,
All of those guys were.
yeah,
right?
it really
But,
were.
yeah.
Yeah.
Lee at the time, Lee was my favorite for sure.
Oh
He
yeah,
still
mine
is.
was
He's
mine
still
was
my
for
favorite
sure.
artist
Yeah.
of all time.
As
Yeah.
I look back, I appreciate Silvestri and Larson a lot more than I did back then. Vern,
Those
did you have
are
any
pretty too.
recollections on Image as a company? What's your favorite Image comics?
Well, I mean, back in the day, it was the Pit. Who's the guy that did that? Who did Max
Del
in the
Keown.
Pit? Yeah.
And Sam Keith did Max.
Oh, it's two different dudes?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting yeah. No, I love that shit. But out of those guys, it's not it's Jim Lee for me, but it's not his Image stuff. Like, I didn't even read Wildcats back in the day. Like, I can't think of anything that Jim Lee did.
It's hard
at
to
Image
read
that I was
Wildcats,
in.
to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Until
the art.
Alan
the art
Moore,
to it.
Alan Moore's Wildcats, and then Joe Casey's run. That shit is actually really fucking
Without
good
Jim Lee's
story wise. Without Jim Lee's art, but it doesn't matter because it's really good storytelling. And
Stories.
you still have like Travis Charis is doing like some of the fucking shit for Alan Moore, and you have Sean Phillips doing the Joe Casey stuff, and Dustin Nguyen. Like 20 years ago, Dustin Nguyen and Sean Phillips artwork. Like, yeah,
It's still good stuff. I'm just saying. I just associate Wildcats with Jim Lee. I will always associate.
Right.
I understand. It's the way it is.
I dig it.
Wasn't that you and I talking about collecting those books, Robbie? And you're like, you can get them cheap.
Yeah,
it was
you can get
super
every
cheap.
issue.
Was it
of Wildcats.
Wildcats you were
Yeah,
picking
yeah.
up?
Yeah, I have. Now that I got everything together, I'm going to get the full run of Wildcats Volume 1, 2, and 3. I already have all of 2 and 3, and I have a lot of 1. I have all of the more stuff, and of course I have like the first, I don't know, like 12 or something issue. I have like 4 copies, I think, of Wildcats number 2, and like 3 of them I think are from when I was a fucking kid, because it was like that foil cover, and I just kept fucking buying it.
They were pretty.
Didn't they fully absorb them into D? I mean, I knew DC bought them, but didn't they fully absorb the characters? Because What's His Face has been. I've seen the dude with the
Grifter.
Griffith.
is in there.
Yeah.
Griffith. What is his name?
The
Grifter.
Authority.
Grifter. I remember seeing him in DC, but I don't remember seeing anybody else.
Jim Lee,
Voodoo was in there for a while.
yeah,
Okay, I
Jim
just don't
Lee
remember that.
Yeah.
sold Wildstorm to DC.
I
That
remember
was his way into corporate DC as well. But so for the most part, they just continued publishing the Wildstorm line. Planetary, Authority, Stormwatch.
yeah.
This shit was going on at the time.
Yeah, it started as Image and then became Wildstorm Comics or something like that. Is that what happened, or what?
So
was
No.
the-
It was.
Image is the brand,
Is the brand of it.
but
and
each
under it-
founder has their own
Their own
company.
label. Okay, I remember that now.
And
Because there was like
Wild-
Top Cow and stuff like that.
Top Cow was Mark
Yeah.
Silvestri. Extreme
Okay.
is Rob Liefeld. Todd McFarlane Productions. And, Shadowline is Jim Valentino.
Okay, I
So,
remember.
like,
Okay,
yeah.
I was misremembering some stuff. Okay, so then
yeah.
yeah.
So that's how that worked. And then Wildstorm, all that stuff got sold to DC. And for a while, they were just publishing it on their own, but they could never. It's hard to recapture any of that magic. You know what I'm saying? And especially when the Wildstorm stuff wasn't that good to begin with, except for like when you had writers like Warren Ellis and Alan Moore coming in, right? And that was the thing. At a certain time, Image had so much money coming in, they could do that. They would hire, like Todd McFarlane hired Frank Miller, Neil Gaiman, Dave Sims, and fucking Alan Moore because he gave him 100 G's to fucking write a Spawn script, bro. And they all say that's the easiest fucking 100 G's I've ever made,
Ha.
right? Like it's ridiculous. But
Gaiman got his characters back.
with the New 52 is when they tried to integrate the Wildstorm characters in for the first time. So they did a Stormwatch book, they had a Grifter book, they did all this. They can never make it fucking work. The reason why, They don't belong in the universe with Batman and Superman. They need to stand on their own. They have their own Superman. His name is fucking Supreme. Mr. Majestic
Mr.
is another
Majestic
one.
is-
Like there's like, yeah, Supreme is extreme. My bad. So they have Mr. Majestic. Like they already have their versions of those things. So they need to stand on their own. And even today, Apollo and Midnighter right now are in Action Comics. So they're still trying to use them. Grifter was just recently in the Batman books with Urban Legend, but
They were trying
don't
to
know
do
how
something.
to use it. They don't know how to do because they don't belong there. Just Wildcats needs to be its own.
Yeah, it needs its
fucking
own
thing.
imprint. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Was it who were the Image characters that Grant Morrison brought over in his JLA run? I thought that was them. What am I misremembering?
Oh, are you talking about the not the Authority people, Manchester Black, and
like the old?
you talking about them? Or are you talking about?
I don't remember who it was. I know that there was a run. Robbie, I figured you would know this. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't
You
know.
talking
of
about the
any-
Elite? You're not talking about the Elite, are you?
Now Morrison has. Well,
Was
the
that
Elite
Morrison?
was Joe Kelly.
That's Joe
but-
Kelly. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Morrison has brought in like versions of these kind of characters, but I don't know of any. Now
Maybe
in
I'm
Superman the Authority, he did that, but that's the only thing I can think of that he actually did.
Okay.
You okay, Brooks?
Yeah.
something up? You got a spider on your ceiling?
Yeah. Stretching.
Brooks,
Okay.
what are your recollections on Image?
Image. I was not too much into the Image, to be honest. Like I remember when I first started collecting was when Image was first coming up, you know, so like everybody was speculating on Image, you know. Everybody was like, it was like Spawn, you know, Wildcats and all that. But the only Image books I really bought back when I first started was I bought the second and third issues of the Max. And like I read them and I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck is going on in this book.
And then you watched the cartoon and you were like,
Then I went back to read my
idea.
X-Men comics.
Ha!
I think you would like the Max overall.
Yeah, I've
Cartoon
read
show was
the
great.
Max.
They make
And,
Max
you know,
overalls? I would wear those.
See, I don't even remember the
they're
stories.
overalls that actually turn you into the Max.
It was just that look. Like nothing
Yeah.
looked like that.
Yeah, Max had a really cool art style.
Yeah.
for
Hell
sure.
yeah.
When you read the story, it's like he just does like the most weird, random things.
I'll tell you this, Brooks. You got to get a hold of at least the first 3 issues, the first 3 issue miniseries, The Savage Dragon. Bro, you're going to love it. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always dismissed Eric Larson. You know how I dismissed a lot of those
Yeah.
Image guys. But I have changed my ways. And I went back and I reread that. I read that Savage Dragon first 3 issues, blew me the fuck away. It's like if Kirby was 20 in 1993. That's what it felt like. It's
Wow.
fucking awesome, bro.
Didn't the Savage Dragon cartoon, wasn't that like around the same time as like the Mortal Kombat cartoon?
Yeah, the Wildcats at the day of
Yeah.
USA syndication cartoons, man. You know?
And they're still
Yeah.
rerunning Turtles at the time.
Well, it probably would have been like the last season of the Turtles back then, right?
Turtles went to what,
Like
95?
the Red Sky
Yeah.
seasons, probably.
Yeah, I just remember USA rerunning Turtles nonstop, which I was fine with because I loved
Hmm.
just rewatching Turtles.
I was going to ask Delaney what he thought about Image, but he dipped out for a moment. So.
He's
That's
left.
not like Image.
He's a coward.
What are you flipping through, Verno? Are you reading the newspaper? What's
No,
going on?
I've got this fucking thing right there, and I was like,
Holy
dude,
shit.
am I tripping?
That's a
But-
fat one.
I'm not.
He brings in the new
It's
gods
ridiculous.
in that shit. He brings in the new gods. Are you thinking that the people in Wonderworld are Wildstorm characters or something?
No. I just remember it being some Image character. I'm tripping.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't want to like make you feel like you're Delaney. Thank you.
Oh wow.
Saving it. What do you think about Image, man? Your recollections overall.
I mean, I was a kid. I loved it, man. I loved Jim Lee. I followed him anywhere, and second he left X-Men, I was like, Wildcats. So I'll do some Wildcats, and I was into that like fully. I like Cyberforce. I like Youngblood. I wasn't into Spawn. I mean, I got like a couple of issues of Spawn. I wasn't really a big fan of it. I like the figures now. I like everything about it now. And I was big. I was one of those typical '90s kids. I got all the number ones. I got all the full. I got a decent bit of the full covers. Sold them all ages ago. But Image was a big part, man, because I was already into the comics. I dipped my toe into the comic scenes anyway. I was going to comic shopping at the Tattooed Lady, and the first time I really saw like any real work like through Image was a little bit after that. That was I forgot what comic shop that was. I think it was the comic shop that I went to for my first Image books. So I mean, I have a connection to it as a kid. I enjoyed them a lot in the '90s, and I don't know. That's pretty much it. I liked them. I liked them a lot.
I remember being like awed by the artwork, but in addition to that, this was a period when, especially in Marvel, there was so many goddamn crossovers. I couldn't afford to get that many books, so I started reading some Image stuff, and I'm like, at least I don't have all those crossovers. Boy, was I fucking wrong.
They did crossovers like crazy.
Yeah, they started doing crossovers. I'm like, okay, I can't afford. At the
first
time,
wave.
I was still in school. I wasn't working. I was, I was like junior high, and so I had an allowance, and so I had like, only so much I could spend on. I spent it all on books at the time. It was all comics.
Mm-hmm.
I could walk to the local store, and they started carrying Image stuff. So, it's just that was the problem is I just couldn't afford other crossovers. So you just hope you get a buddy who's into the same shit you are, so you can share books. The same buddy I used to read with was the same one that had Amazing Spider-Man #1, but he couldn't show me to me because it was locked up.
Yeah.
I don't think he had.
Yeah, it's with my girlfriend. It's in my girlfriend. Yeah, with my girlfriend in Canada. It's what I'm. Good times, man. At the time, it was Spawn and Wildcats and Youngblood that I bought, and I was really into Brigade and Bloodstrike.
Stormwatch.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool
it's
shit.
Robbie's birthday party. We didn't get you no strippers, but there are some porn bots. I really like how there's.
Yeah.
I like how they got right to it. It's like XYZ, bro. Just go website and jerk off. Like that. I like that title. That was almost the name of this channel.
Yep.
Just go website.
Just go website and jerk off.
I clicked on the link and it was all pictures of Jelani, which I thought was weird. It didn't stop me from finishing.
Good job.
I won't name him, but one time a friend of mine.
Is it Brooks?
No, but we were in another town, maybe recording an album, but I won't tell you who I'm talking about.
Oh.
And obviously new town, we don't know anybody there, and it gets a little lonely sometimes, especially when you're drinking and talking about fucking on your songs, And he was like, "Hey man, join this online site. It's like MySpace," because this was that time. It's like MySpace, but for adults. So I go there, and there's like this virtual bar. Like he sends me a link. There's like a virtual bar. So you like go to, like, you remember how chat rooms would have different rooms, like the lobby or the lounge or whatever the fuck. So they would have like this bar that you would go to, but they had private rooms. Like, so you would meet somebody there and they had a profile. You'd click on it, you become friends. You can take them into a private chat room, that kind of shit, right? So I find him on there at the bar one night. And I'm like, oh, it's my homie. I'm going to go to his profile and like his page, right? And I go there, and it is straight up dick pics of my homie. Nude dick pics, like fucking flexing and shit. And I'm just like, I didn't realize that it was that adult. You get what I'm saying?
Do you like his page?
Yeah. I never went back to it again, to be honest with you.
He's like, I threw my computer in the trash.
It was wild. It was a really weird experience, man.
Yeah, I bet.
Did you tell him?
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Was that
like,
a weird
bro,
experience?
so I went to that fucking site. No, man, because I'm going to milk this for all the humor I can get out of it. Like, bro, not only have I seen your dick now, I've seen you trying to see, like, let people see your dick. Like, and you're trying so hard to be like, yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, full on, man. Like, hard as shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh.
I think you watched it.
It's one thing to see your homie's dick. It's one thing to see it hard. Anyway, this show's gone off the rails, but that's what we expect.
It's made a turn. Yes.
Little hard dick homie talk on a Monday night.
Yeah. We share passing awkward glances occasionally. Anyway.
You're never like, hey, how's your dick, bro?
I should be like that. Like, in fact, I think we should all say that to each other more often. Like, hey, how's your dick, bro?
Hey,
Still hard, bro?
Hey, Brooks, how's your dick, bro?
Mike wanted me to check on your dick.
Is your dick all right? Mike asked me to check up on it.
Oh, that shit we're getting printed on a shirt.
Oh, yeah, we still haven't gotten a goddamn station shirt, weird stretch shirt, you're worth it shirt. Come on, bro.
Okay, I need to
Get the shirt.
I need to work on the store.
Get the shirt.
We could sell those shirts, man.
Yeah.
We've been
Yeah.
missing.
We have a fan base.
We've been missing whole pennies on all the shirts we could have sold over the last 2 years on
That's
those
right.
bits, man.
That's right.
We could have made tens of dollars in a year.
It's not about that, John. I told you. Anyway, I think
He's not perfectly still is the thing. He's trying, but I can see him barely moving.
That was a fabulous attempt, though.
Thank you, man. I really do appreciate that. So everybody keeps asking me, what are you doing for your birthday? I'm like, reading comics, making the weekly comic book review.
Oh shit, it is on a Tuesday, so you kind of got to do that.
Yes, tomorrow, man. I bought Jack White tickets. I'll let you know this, John, and anybody else that cares. Live Nation's doing this concert week. It ends tomorrow, but they got $25 tickets. That's including all the fees.
What?
Right.
For the Jack White? Wait, at the Orion?
Yeah, they're nosebleeds, but I got them. They're $25.
Holy shit, that's a good deal.
Yeah, I bought 2 tickets.
What day is the ticket?
It's like August 26th or something like that.
Oh, I might do that. I want to go see them, but when I checked the tickets, they were
It's
crazy
a Saturday night.
expensive.
Go there. Man, I should have fucking bought extra tickets because there was another seat next to us. I should let you know what seats we got so you could, because nobody's going to buy that one fucking seat.
Is it you and your lady?
Yeah, but
I don't want to crash your like date night.
it's not, Brett, it's just Jack White.
I know. I just feel weird. But I do want to see Jack White live. I've regretted not buying.
What if she
tickets.
can't make it? I give
like
the
the
ticket to
first-
Brooke. She get what I'm saying? So like, yeah, you should come along.
I probably will, man. I've never
I
seen.
think
Jack
Mike
White
will be
live.
there. Mike actually works as a photographer up there for a lot of shows. They just opened up. We got a new amphitheater in town, Brno.
Message
So
me.
we actually got real people
Ryan
coming.
Amphitheater.
Nice, dude.
Yeah,
Message
nice.
me your seat info after the show, and I will scope it out and see if there's a ticket available.
Yeah, I need to do that because it ends tomorrow.
Yeah, I might order tonight
But
if
the Jack White show's on there, the Black Crow show's on there. I didn't buy a ticket for that or nothing, but and there's some other stuff on there too. But
Jack White would be dope.
Yeah, he's a hell of a guitar player. I'm hoping he does some, even though he's not with the.
I don't know
Yeah,
any of his music
Oh, I know his
like
shit.
outside of like White Stripes.
Oh,
And
I
that
know.
one
a bunch.
song from the
Right.
Rancateurs or whatever the fuck it was.
I can play some of their stuff. I know I can play some of Jack's solo stuff. I know a lot of.
What
he's
was
such
the-
a good guitar player?
What was the band he was in? Like something Buffalo. They did like Lazaretto.
The Dead Buffalo.
White, yeah, the Dead
Wait,
Buffalo.
the
Or
Dead
White
Weather.
Buffalo.
The Dead Weather. It was the band, but they did a song called the something Buffalo.
Oh, is that?
I
what I'm
think I
thinking?
know that because I think it was on MLB The Show in like 2007 or
So
2008.
he was in Dead Weather. He was in the Rockin Tours, however you want to say it. He was in the White Stripes. Of course, he does a solo thing, but he's still in.
Which
those
one
other
does
two
Steady
bands.
As She Goes?
That's the Rockin Tours.
Okay, that's the one that was on the MLB The Show. So-
Yeah, and they've got so much.
Wilbury though.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing: does he play that shit, or does he
I don't
just play
know.
solo stuff?
I think he just plays solo stuff and White Stripe stuff, which still would. He still, even then, he's got a huge library. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just want to hear White Stripe stuff for sure because
Yeah,
I
he's
just
definitely
I
playing.
I
some
love
White
that
Stripe.
shit.
Yeah, he's gonna play like Icky Thump. He's gonna play some of the.
Nice.
Yeah, he's gonna play
Dead Leaves on the Dirty Ground.
Yeah, maybe Hotel Yorba or.
The Union Forever is my favorite, man, because it's all the Citizen Kane lines.
It'd be kind of a dick move to be Jack White and not play like Icky Thump and like the big White Stripe songs. Like, dude,
Yeah,
Jack-
but at
most
the same
definitely.
time, he's like, "That's White Stripes,
White
man."
Stripes.
But that's him. You know what I'm saying? He wrote all that music. It's not like, I'm not knocking her, but he
I
wrote
saw-
the music. He's their guitars.
I saw Tom Petty like a couple years before he died, and it was the travel. No, maybe the Traveling Wilburys. It was he was playing with the band that he played with before he got famous, and he started out by saying, "These are a bunch of songs that I wrote before I learned how to write good songs, and we're gonna play them for you." And that's all they did. They played all these old songs, not one of them, no Mary Jane, no nothing. It was like, okay.
And everybody's out there like, play fucking Free Fallin', you piece of shit.
It was at a hippie festival, so if hippies don't like it, they just pretend they do, and they just dance anyway.
Like
Play
fish.
Refugee, goddammit.
Yeah.
Play American Girl.
When I saw
Freebird!
Paul McCartney, he's got quite the library between his successful solo career, his stuff with Wings, his stuff with the Beatles. There was one song he played. He's like, "This is a song we wrote before we were officially the Beatles," and he played it, and like nobody fucking knew it, and it wasn't even that great a song. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, there's so many other songs you could be playing right now.
Did he play any Beatles songs?
Yes, he played a couple Beatles.
What did he play? Did he play like Let It Be? Did he play I Am the
Sergeant
Walrus?
Peppers. He did play Let It Be. He played a lot of Beatles songs.
That's
Mind you,
awesome.
he wrote most of those songs and he sang most of those songs. So of course it was probably 50% Beatles, 50% solo stuff.
Well, I guarantee you that Ringo Starr does 95% Beatles songs.
Right. lot of Octopus's Garden.
They do. He does a lot of like because he travels with a bunch of other musicians, so they do those other musicians' songs too. I would go see that group.
Bro, just go website, jerk off.
Where'd you see Paul McCartney?
It was in Georgia. It was a few years ago when he was traveling, so I saw him in Georgia. Most expensive I ever paid. I met Weezer with Robbie, and it was still cheaper than seeing Paul McCartney. And we weren't nosebleeds. We were like center, maybe 20 rows back. And it was amazing live. No opener. He came out and he played for an hour and a half. Didn't fucking miss a beat. And he's 70-something.
It's crazy. Yeah, he's the shit. Did you guys watch that Get Back documentary on HBO?
Yeah, it was amazing.
That's Peter Jackson directed that, right?
Yeah.
It's interesting to see just like the dynamic of the band and just like, oh yeah. Like when I was a kid, it was like John Lennon, he's amazing. He's the guy. As I got older and like learned more about Paul McCartney is way more of a genius than Lennon, in my opinion.
Oh.
They're more intricate songs.
Yeah.
Well, let's not even get started because George Harrison.
No,
George Harrison, y'all. I'm just going to say, "While My Guitar Gently Weeps," the greatest Beatles song.
Right.
I would have liked
has nothing to do with McCartney or Lennon.
Have they been around longer? How their music career would have flourished? You know what I'm saying? They both had their lives cut short. John especially, but so did George. And
John, Bobby's saying, is this a real song? Like he did a song about two Marvel villains, Magneto and the Titanium Man.
This is way before. In this pre X-Men.
It says he co-wrote it with Jack Kirby.
Yeah, he's got it. He does have a song called Magneto and the Titanium Man. That's a real song.
He co-wrote a song with Jack Kirby.
I thought it was older, like predated.
I bet what happened, Jack Kirby did some fucking crazy ass image, and then Paul McCartney like took some fucking LSD, and then looked at the image and then wrote a song. It's more of a Lennon thing, though, right?
I don't know. Paul's definitely been known. I mean, remember he got arrested in Japan, whatever, for weed.
Do you guys remember there was like MTV tried to do like original films for a while. They did that Together thing we always talk about, but they did
Joe's apartment.
Yeah, what was it? Paul's apartment?
Joe's apartment.
Joe's apartment, the movie. Yeah. But does anybody remember the made for TV movie they did where maybe it was VH1, but Paul McCartney, and it was about like John Lennon, Paul McCartney. Lennon. They meet like one last day.
Yeah, he's trying to get the band.
They smoke some weed.
One more time.
They smoke some weed in the park and shit. Yeah, they like have to go buy it from like a Rastafarian or some shit like that in the park. John, did you ever see that one?
I didn't see that. It was a made-for-TV MTV thing?
I think it was like either a made-for-TV MTV thing or a VH1 thing. What the fuck was it? I'm going to look it up.
It was called MTV. Like What If or not. It wasn't called What If, but it was like a What If. It was like it's based on like a legend or something, right?
I just remember there's one line where like John's like, "This isn't Liverpool, mate. You can't just come back in here and it just be like the good old days."
It's called Two of Us.
Yeah. It was cool. I mean, it was weird. It's weird that was made.
It's Two of Us. It was on VH1. February 1st, 2000. It has Aidan Quinn and Jared Harris as Lennon and McCartney. That would be an interesting revisit. God damn. Hey, I'm 18 waiting on you. What? They're fast.
There's that other one too, where it's like it's as if the Beatles songs didn't exist, and only one guy remembers them, and he starts singing Beatles songs. And like, what is that? That's great.
I didn't really dig that movie. Did you like that movie?
I didn't see it. I just heard the premise.
The music's great. The ending's stupid, and then I don't know. I wasn't really happy with the.
Do you like Across the Universe, John?
Yes. I don't really like them.
I don't really like the movie though, man.
Yeah, I don't like the movie. I think it's such a good soundtrack. Of course, they took the best band. They're like, hey, let's just turn this into a. I saw it on a date and it was a weird experience. We won't get into it.
Well, you got that up.
But that girl had a hairless dog and it laid on my leg, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I felt like testicles laying on my leg.
Warm, wrinkly.
Yeah, I like Yellow Submarine. I really like Hard Day's Night, the movie. God damn, they're back again. Classic. Here, girls want everyone, even you.
Wow.
Well, then I know that's bullshit.
Dude, I'm a total catch. Give me that even me shit.
I want it more specific. Like, here, girls want even you, Brooks. Like, oh wow, that's
girls for losers like you.
All right. Well, this has been real fun talking about Image, Doctor Strange, and the Beatles. Paul McCartney, John Lennon, George Harrison. What's the other guy's name? Something Star.
Richard.
But now it's time for the show and tell portion of the show. And first up will be me, because it's happy birthday to me. So I did want to share some of the birthday gifts that I've already gotten.
Ooh.
So first of all, the gift from one of my best friends, Rockin Robbie. This is from my buddy, Rockin Robbie Billups. It's the turtle blimp. It's a reproduction, but it's going to hang in the corner. It's going to be cool.
I love that Playmates is doing all that stuff, and they're not making any different. They're like, we're making identical.
That's a little different.
Yeah, it's not.
The turtle vans, but they need to do a spot on Technodrome. Got these a couple weeks ago, but early birthday gifts. But from Mike the Voice Matthews, I got Sunman.
Cool.
From Motu Origins.
Sunman.
I gotta get him.
And I got the Mummy.
Ooh.
Which is the NECA line. There's going to be a black and white version of this, and I'm like, what's the difference?
Ha!
Right.
It's a way to print money, yo.
Yeah. My man Jelani got me this. Gave it to me the other night, karaoke at the station.
Oh, that's awesome.
The Transformer Dracula that turns to a bat. So that's fucking dope.
He ain't so bad.
That's dope. My girlfriend Jamie has hooked me up with some amazing gifts, including Trinity Blood on Blu-ray. I love this anime. It's about vampires.
Not thine eyes.
Yes. She also got me Bad Moon. Great werewolf. Well, it's an okay werewolf film, but it's got a great werewolf in it.
Peebles, or am I thinking of a different movie?
What?
Does it got Mario Van Peebles in it?
No.
Oh, I'm thinking of a completely different movie.
Okay. Beyond Reanimator.
Oh, wow.
It's not a good movie, but it completes my trilogy. Come on.
But you have the trilogy of them. Yeah.
Yep. So Station to Jamie. She also got me. Here are the bangers. The Crumb documentary.
Nice.
About R. Crumb from Terry Zwigoff. And she got me the Yojimbo Sanjiro.
She knows you. Oh,
she does know me.
She knows you well.
She knows my Amazon wish list and where it is. But
oh, that makes sense too. I was about to say, I was like, those are too much. Yeah.
Very specific.
Yeah.
She says that there's more, but she also got me. I saw this at the con. I was obsessed with it, and then it was gone before I could buy it. But it's because she got it for me. It's that Chipette's glass.
Nice. Oh, keeper.
That is amazing.
That's awesome.
But
I had that glass too.
Now I got to go get the fucking Alvin and the Chipmunks one.
Yeah.
And she got me this one. You can see me unwrap this live on the stream that me and Bueller did. But she got me this poster for the bedroom of Linnea Quigley.
Linnea Quigley! Oh! Can you show butts on YouTube?
Sure, why not? We're not monetized tonight because all I did was rip off the trailer for the intro. So I was like, I'm not even going to monetize it tonight. So thank you, Chill Out Man, for the $20 for my birthday, not for me to spend responsibly. Thank you. So we're going to go meet Linnea again at Scarefest. We're going to get this signed. And Bueller gave me something awesome, y'all.
Oh boy.
This was his possession. It's been in his possession for over 20 years. He gave it to me. He was like, I don't know why. I don't have room for shit on the bus. I want you to have this. He gave me his blade sword, y'all.
Oh! Oh!
That is freaking awesome, dude.
He's got the fucking blade replica sword. It's a little like, he told me it needs some cleaning. So it's got these like spots on it. I don't know how you fucking clean something like this, but it's like real and hefty.
That's terrifying.
But
I want to see. Oh, I want to play with it.
I got a fucking blade sword, y'all, and it came from Bueller, so
it doesn't
even
cut your
fucking
hands
better.
off,
So
right?
it's already been a great Robbie week.
That's wild.
That's awesome.
Robbie Day starts in a mere 2 hours. Cannot be more excited.
Holy
Whoa.
shit, dude.
I encourage
Okay.
everybody to watch some baseball, eat a taco, drink an IPA, read a comic, enjoy Robbie Day. You know what I'm saying? Shelly Man likes that poster. I do too. And imagine it framed in the bedroom, signed by Linnea Quigley.
Dude.
Cannot wait for it, man. Cannot wait. Speaking of cannot wait to see what Brooks brings us for show and tell. What you got?
I've got the assembled blimp here out of the box.
Nice.
Inflated and everything.
Damn
It's
dog.
fucking huge.
Yeah, it is. How long did it take you to blow it up?
I use the air compressor.
Smart. Smart.
What if you put an air compressor on it and it just blew the fucking balloon up?
Yeah.
I had my buddy doing the working the compressor, so I was safe.
You don't trust him. He's like, I don't trust
I would have
myself.
fucked it up and blown it up. Probably killed myself. I also I got this the other day. It's the Ghostbusters.
Dude.
I've got Iron Man in the driver's seat. He's sober though.
He's under the influence, I bet.
And the sorceress is shotgun. And I got Tila on the gunner seat.
Well done.
Pretty slick looking.
As it should be. Like actually, I got a lot of toys this week. Like I got these guys. Here's
it's the claw.
Skelly Man. Do a little dance. Make a little love. Get down tonight. And of course, I got old He-Man with his little spinny thing. They got shiny armor too. Very cool.
I have the vintage version of that Terror Claws skeleton.
Oh, we know.
I like
Robbie.
Terror Claws Skeletor because you can make it look like he's just doing.
Yeah. He's slashing.
Yeah. I also picked up a few books on the free comic book day, taking advantage of the discount, of course. So I got this. I got the Death Collection Deluxe Edition. It's got like our early appearances and the Sandmans and the, which I've already got, but it's also got Time of Your Life and the High Cost of Living too.
Yeah, Chris Bachalo artwork.
Yeah,
Right?
which are two that I've never read but always wanted to.
Oh, they're great, man.
Yeah, so I haven't read it yet. It's the only book I've gotten that I haven't gotten to yet.
I need to get a hold of that because I'll see Chris Bachalo at Heroes Con next month, so I got to see him.
Really?
Yeah.
And I picked this up too, and I did read this one.
What do you
This is
think?
This is a weird fucking book, dude. Like I'm like, what? I don't know what this book is about, man. It's like I like it.
It's
I'm
so
like,
random, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like I'm like, what is? Why is this thing?
The fucking
story?
dude with the shrimp tails out of his eyes, and then the fish lady. Oh my
It's
god,
like,
bro!
why is girl like fish?
Yeah, you're gonna revisit that one all.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to revisit. That's what I'm gonna have to revisit a few times. And be like, oh, it's the most brilliant comic ever written.
It kind of is. It's very like Twin Peaks esque.
Yeah, I've never seen Twin Peaks, so I need to watch Twin Peaks and then revisit it.
Basically, that just means very weird.
Yeah. Now last I got was the 4th volume of Fist of the North Star.
That dude is
Finally get to
fucking
see-
jacked, man.
Yeah. Finally get to see Jaggy get destroyed. Because Ken just like basically walks in and just stomps him.
Spoilers.
One of my favorite parts in this book is like Jaggy like lures Ken to the roof of a building and sets it on fire. And then Ken just like flexes real hard to put out the fire. So yeah, and that's my considerable haul for this week.
Very nice. Very
Yeah,
nice.
I
Very
did
nice.
pretty good this week.
All right, next up, Hammer Time Holster. You got anything you want to show off, bro?
Negative. I haven't purchased anything since we did the last.
Just grab something next to you and show it.
There's literally.
Grab a Blu-ray and grab one of those pops. What you got back there, man?
I'm not showing off anything. I haven't made any purchases. I just bought a new video card, but it hasn't showed up yet, and it would be pretty unexciting. Pretty unexciting to show you a video card.
Show and tell.
All right, you don't. It doesn't have to be something you just got.
I wasn't even gonna be on the show, man. I was just stopping in for a second.
Well, I appreciate you being here, man.
What happened? Did somebody kidnap Brooks?
I just realized Brooks is gone too. I was trying to do the bit again, and Brooks is fucking gone.
Brooks is crushing the bit. He's not moving at all.
Yeah, I know. He's like not even fucking there. Verno, what you got? Show us something.
I got stuff. I got
Of
this.
course
All
you
the
do.
all the toys that are usually right here. I just figured I'd grab them and show you. Little up close. Luke Skywalker. Hot
What
toy.
series is that from? That's amazing.
That's hot
This
toys.
is a hot
Isn't it?
toy. This is one of the
Oh, of course, the Hot Toys. Oh boy.
He lives the lifestyle.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got some big
Lived.
budget for your
He lives
toys.
the life.
I was
Beautiful detail, man.
single. This is like one of the first ones that they made. Most of these that I'm going to show you are like they're older hot toys. They used to be like they put even more care into them, better accessories, all that noise.
It looks really good.
Yeah, this is a nice one. Poses well, little leathery belt type stuff. Leia.
Of course. You don't have Slave Leia? Really?
No.
Yeah.
This is the to me, if you're gonna have one, I think this is the
Yeah.
one. Plus, I'm so OCD with this stuff. I gotta have this is the New Hope one.
This is the New Hope.
If I get Slavely, I've got to get all the other
You
ones.
got all the Return of the Jedi, of course.
This is a great one. I think.
Oh man, that is
really, really
fantastic.
good.
I especially like the pose with the hand and everything,
Yeah.
Thank you. I
and the
did that
detail in the
myself.
beard.
They're not the
These are not the
droids you're
droids
looking
you-
for.
God
Right.
damn it, Brooks! That was my bit. I was.
Sniped it.
You sniped.
All right, two more. This little fella.
Oh, look at him.
Yoda.
Probably the same price as the others.
Yeah, damn near. Honestly, that's what they get you. They like
That's Hot Toys.
ones
Yeah.
that should be cheap. They just add more accessories to be like, well, see, it comes with this and that and this.
He comes
This
with a
Yoda
Diet
comes-
Pepsi machine for some reason.
Yeah.
Right. And this is just one of my favorites, man. This is
Oh.
when I knew I'd went over the deep end. Is when I was sitting at home and I was brushing my doll's hair. And I was like, what the? But it's so cool, man. That you can like stylize the hair and like put it like to where it looks like he's blowing in the wind, and it's some nerdy
you
shit, but it's
you
pretty
can do
dope.
that with the Jim of the Hologram dolls too, man.
so can I
That's
ask
what
you
I
a
got.
And they're
question?
truly outrageous.
Yeah, how detailed is it? If you get down there and you're brushing the hair, do you see a little
Yeah,
Wookiee?
like what's a Wookiee dick look like?
No Wookiee dick, man.
Mike
And
wants to know:
yes,
is the
I
Wookiee
checked.
dick okay? Our new bit is your dick okay? Mike
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 wants
wants
to.
Mike
Mike
wants
wants to check on you.
That's
Yeah.
why it's funny. Like you never see the Emperor in the old movies with his hood off. At least I don't think.
I think it's
So,
with Wookiee
But
dick.
they designed what they thought it would look like. That was one of the things I had to check when I got the Emperor. I popped the hood up. It's like, oh, this is what he looks like under there.
It's like when I was a kid and I would draw the dark side of the moon. I was like, oh, I'm way off. There are no pyramids there. Way off. All right, Jelani, bring us home. Show us what you got.
All right. I'll go with my Super 7 Monkey in from the Thundercats line.
Nice.
I love the detail. He's so awesome.
All those
It's cool
Super
for
7
Super
Thundercats
Sevens
figures
and
look
shit.
pretty badass.
Yeah, man. And then I also got my other Super 7, Shredder.
Oh,
I got
nice.
him in the mail a few days ago. He's the original. I mean, he looks the original way, so with shirts off. They also have an alternate head where his eyebrows are on the helmet.
That
like it
eyebrows
was
look
in the
so
original.
stupid. It
It
looks
was so
stupid.
dumb. Yeah, but of course
I get
I'll
why
never
they
use
did
that.
it. I get the throwback.
It's a
but it
joke,
looks-
but
Throwback.
no. Either way,
That's a nice looking shredder, though, man.
yeah, I like that Shredder a lot. Then I got these best action figures. I don't know what they are, but they come in Ninja Turtle form too. But
Oh yeah, I've seen the turtle. one.
yeah, the turtle ones are pretty decent. But I got this Beetlejuice.
Oh, nice.
I know you'd appreciate that.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
I didn't know they
John.
did anything. I've only seen the turtles. I didn't know they did any other lines.
He usually has a bug in his mouth, but it keeps falling off the shelves, and I lost the bug. So I feel kind of bad about that. And then from the show I hate the most, but I just love those damn figures. I got me a King Grayskull from that,
Dude,
that
those figures
Revelations
are really
latest.
nice.
They're
That is
so
freaking-
baller.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry.
fantastic.
This is like a Target exclusive. And like I had to get it. The second I saw it, I was like, yep, the cape does it.
Yeah, that's freaking
I
bad.
think it's pretty much awesome. He's got both swords.
Is that actual fuzzy, the top part? It looks like
Yeah.
it is.
It's really
Nice.
fuzzy. It is fuzzy.
Dude, that's freaking awesome.
Fuzzy.
It kind of looks like a half-ass Spawn cape, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Does it
Yeah,
feel
but
like a
it's-
Wookiee dick?
I'm pretty sure if there
'Cause
was
Mike wants to
dick
know.
detection, Mike would want to know. Just curious. And I have more. I have so much more, but I'll just end with the one that everybody else had got. I'm gonna show you my Ninja Turtles. But I'm gonna show you
Oh,
my blimp.
everybody's got one. Oh, you
I'm
got
gonna
your
show my
figures on
blimp
it.
with my figures on it. Yeah.
Nice.
And I blew it up manually, and it was a pain in the butt. And I was like,
Why
and the
don't you use an
handles,
air compressor, dude?
because I didn't want to blow it up. I was concerned. But it took me like an hour and a half to blow this thing up because I had to take breaks. But yeah, I got my turtles in it. Everybody except Raphael, who's in the party wagon.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm very happy. The only gem about this thing, the thing that makes me the maddest, it does not have the freaking things to hang it on the wall.
Are you fucking serious?
No.
It has
Nope.
it on the back.
Nope. I know. Lies. Deceit. I
Oh.
looked at the box and I threw it. I was so pissed. I was like, none of those things have it, so I got to figure out a way to hang it up.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna
What
say
I'm
that's
thinking
gonna be-
about doing is getting like some string and putting it through the crease between the blimp and the plastic, and then wrapping it around, and then having it hang up from
just
the ceiling. that way.
staple some string to the top.
Sure, that's how it works. Yeah, that's exactly how it works. But yeah, that's all I got.
That does suck. It probably
Yeah.
looks better without those things, but how the fuck are you gonna hang it?
Lies. How do I hang it? How do I
Literally
hang
says that right
it
there.
shows it.
That-
Oh yeah, it even points it out on the box.
It does, and then they're not there. I looked
They
for them. I was like,
lied.
is this it? Is this it? No, they're not here.
That's fucked up, man. I'm so
Yeah.
pissed.
I was very angry.
I had the spot fucking picked out where I was
know.
gonna put it.
No, when
and-
you were saying it, I was gonna say something. I was like, I'm gonna wait. I'm waiting.
God damn it.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Yeah,
Hmm.
I was
Bueller.
gonna hang it up that day.
Thank you so much.
Hey, dude, great gift.
I
Great
hope
job,
everybody
Get you a
Can-
sword.
yeah,
That
the
sword was
sword.
clean.
man.
I hope everybody gives you a sword.
I showed off the blade sword,
It's
Bueller.
blade sword. Come on.
But I hope everybody can relive the PCP Bueller experience by checking out the 2 live streams that we did, one on his channel in the bus, one in my channel here in this studio. And then I shared Bueller karaokeing on my Instagram and in the PCP Army. And he shared a little bit of me karaokeing on his Instagram. So, and I'm still looking forward to his free comic book day video when he drops it. So super
Aw.
cool to meet you, bro. I love you. And yeah, he said everyone got to blow up toys for Robbie's birthday. That's awesome. Thank you, brother Joe. We really do
Brilliant.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bueller says great time. Yeah, it was great meeting you, man.
Yeah, dude.
We had a lot of fun. Sorry we wore you out. But Bueller even, so like, before anybody asks, I'd never had a cup of coffee with Bueller, but he had a beer with us. And that was dope because Bueller doesn't ever drink anymore. So like, that was cool. He had a Coors Light. I was thinking, damn, he should have got the banquet like Johnny Lawrence.
Yeah.
All right, we're dipping out. Appreciate everybody for being here. Tomorrow night, we're doing the weekly comic book review like obviously normally. But I will encourage everybody for Robbie Day, drink an IPA, watch some Yankees baseball, read a comic book, eat a taco. Do these things. They are holy sacraments for Robbie Day. Join us at Dylan's Horror Show on Saturday night. We're going to be talking about Firestarter, the original movie adaptation, and the new one just about to drop. And then next week here on PCP Movie Night for Black Dynamite, we are balls deep into Crew's choice. And it's Jelani's choice. And so far, it's just me, Jelani, and Brooks. If anybody of the crew or the extended family wants to join us, just let me know. We got room. Anyway, we are dipping out. And we love you. Pop, pop, boom, right, y'all? Should I just end it? Let's end it like we're gonna do like it's like an 80s show. You know how they do that freeze frame at the end? So everybody do that cheesy ass like as if this is your credit at the end, and you're just like